Hi, Rob.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
And the serve just clears the top of the net. Played by the Bombers.
A Q Media Group production.
Into the lane and just gets the roll.
Wow.
Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the WCMP mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Andy Beckstrom.
Well, and welcome in, sports fans. Andy Beckstrom, Lawrence Thuzacek here in Pine City as we get set for tonight's matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the River Lake Stars. Once again, as I mentioned before, joined alongside Lawrence Thuzacek here for the call of tonight's game. Lawrence, should be a great game tonight here between these two squads.
Yeah, it should be. They just played 10 days ago, and Pine City came on top at the 5-3 victory, but they started with the 4-0 lead in the first period, and River Lakes clawed their way back. So these two teams are pretty much equally matched.
Puck is down, and again, if you haven't noticed, we are audio only. We're not just trying to hide the video from you. We are audio only tonight due to high school league restrictions, and the first shot on goal comes from the neutral zone. Ethan Agard throwing that one in off of the side of the netminder, who is going to be Devin Swanson out of Eden Valley Watkins. River Lakes is a co-op of multiple different schools.
I got the list here: Cold Springer Quarry, New London Spicer, Painesville, Eden Valley Watkins, Albany, and St. John's Prep.
Quite the combination over there. I think I've done a game. I think the game we did last year, the year before was in River Lakes. Over in Painesville, so got a chance to be able to see that. Painesville is going to be going from left to right towards the, I suppose that'd be the west end of the arena here in Pine City. They're going to be in their road black uniforms, white numerals, red trim. Dragons come back with it. That shot by Rydberg is a little bit low and outside of the outstretched arm of Swanson. Dragons are going to be in the home white. They're going to be going from right to left, attacking the entrance end of the arena here at the Pine City Civic Center. Puck back and forth out at center. Smith will knock that one down over to the near side for Rydberg. Quickly over to the far side for Anderson. Anderson screams in on the right wing. Works his way down low, back into it up front. Smith in the slot, rifles one just wide of the net. Beautiful setup there by the Dragons. Just couldn't quite get it past the netminder on the blocker side.
Yeah, Pine City starting this game like they did the last one. A lot of pressure up front right away. So, again, good play out there front.
Puck down in the corner, be picked up by River Lakes. They get it back out to the neutral zone there with Eli Engebretson, but it's knocked away from him. Picked up on the run, though, by Logan Jones. Fires a shot in on the netminder Babalik, and little pushing and shoving back behind the play. I don't see any hands going up, but Rydberg's involved.
Yeah, and Pine City's got to hope he can kind of keep his composure tonight because they can't afford any time in the penalty box.
Milo and Oscar Rydberg, some of these standouts here for this squad. Milo has had a tremendous season, but he has already had a proclivity to be involved in some discussions afterwards. And I think that's maybe what the discussion is here. We have an official over talking to the Pine City bench saying, all right, we're not going to put up with any of that stuff tonight. So whoever it may be, whether it be him or anybody else, the officials are not really wanting a lot of that tonight in a packed house with a lot of emotions.
Like I said, that's an Achilles heel for Pine City when they have these penalties that turn into 10-minute misconducts, and you got good skaters sitting on the bench, not really helping you. So
Shot off the draw is going to be right on goal. Hits Milo Babalik right in the glove. Holds on. We got another draw, far side right of Babalik. Draw one back by River Lake. Dragons are going to get there first, though. They're going to work their way back out through center. Clemenson's going to fire that one in on the right wing. Trying to be able to get that one in a deep. Puck knocked back to the blue line. That's going to be Chisano fired that one in. Kicked back out by Swanson, and it almost popped out right onto the stick of one of the Dragons. I think that was Ryberg who was in that area.
Ryberg and Dens were both in the area, but
puck back behind. River Lake's trying to be able to set it up. Jones goes back to the point, trying to be able to get it for Olmschland. Fires that one down on the left wing. Dragons, though, able to get that one back out. River Lakes has been able to get through the neutral zone, but they have not been able to really get anything set up in the offensive zone at all yet tonight. Dragons have been able to get through and be able to get some offense set up as a shot by Agard is deflected up into the netting back behind. But again, some play controlled there by McCall Lazier, who I've said it before, I'll say it again. At some point tonight, there will be a Lazier thumbprint on a part of this game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on that. It's
whatever it may be goal scoring, it typically is, but at the same time, he is one to play defense. He will get his stick into different places. He will assist something. He is a creator up and down that line. Puck over to the near side, up against the corner. It's going to come back out through the neutral zone. Gets by Danielson. Foot race back to the puck. Danielson kind of working from behind. Short side shot goes off the side of the net. That one taken by Eric Paulson. Puck back over to the near side. Backhanded in by Ekman. All the way back underneath. Now it's going to carry all the way through over to the far side. That's going to be Blasco. Plays it back underneath. Ekman trying to get there. Dragons will look to start it out. Dragons from their own zone. Puck over to the near side. Valvoda back out at center. Works this way, now works the other way. Trying to be able to get past Ekman. Dumps that one all the way in deep. Dragons, at least their forward line, changes back behind the play. Puck cleared out by River Lake, so it'll come back out to the neutral zone. Sent back in by the Dragons momentarily. But River Lake's Stars right there to be able to pick it up and backhand it in. Mayhew sends it in deep. Stars change behind the play as both teams now have fresh legs out there for at least the next 30 to 45 seconds. Puck right underneath us is going to be picked up by River Lakes. Over to the far side in front of the fans. About the center line strike. Now works the way down into the River Lakes zone. Trying to be able to get that one centered out in front. Driving down the slot there was Engebretson. But River Lakes not quite able to be able to get that pass out in front. Good defense by the Dragons to be able to take away that lane. Ryberg gets that one back out through center. River Lakes sends it back up ahead now for the Dragons. Puck all the way through. Berglund on the near side can't quite handle it. It'll come back for the Dragons in their own zone. All the way underneath. Berglund over the far side. Brady Berglund, that is. Centering feed. Anderson right there to be able to take that one away and start it back for the Dragons. Good centering feed there. Good look by the River Lake Stars, but just nothing there. Anderson all the way back with it. Fires that one just wide of the blocker side. Missed the netminder. Maybe looking for a deflection out in front. He had Clemenson coming down Broadway, but couldn't quite find the measure on that one. Jericho Jerry kind of double team back in his own zone. Really nowhere to go with that one. He could have went back to Chisano, but Chisano is in a tough spot as well. Just a good close and a good pinch there by River Lakes. Dragons able to get away from that, though, as Clemenson works it over to the near side. Ahead for Ryberg. That one's going to be Milo Ryberg in on the left wing. Speeds his way in. That one's just off of the glove and wide of the net on the glove side. Puck deflects all the way up ahead. Now Jones is going to work his way back. He stops and fires one from the top of the circle. That one's going to be wide of the net. It'll be Ryberg up and down action here in Pine City. Ryberg back with it. Fires a shot into the legs of a defender. Turnaround shot by Clemenson. Deflected up into the netting. And I get to take a break and a breath.
There's a lot of up and down action here. And this game is kind of how I thought it was probably going to start out. I mean, both teams are very similar to each other, and it's been showing right now. Shots on goal 3-3. I think Pine City's had probably some better scoring opportunities. But, again, they're pretty well evenly matched teams.
Puck was centered out in front off the draw there, and McCall Lazier was tied up a little bit on the play by Blasco, otherwise had an opportunity on the doorstep, but just couldn't quite get it out one all the way to his stick to be able to get a shot away. Puck the other direction goes up into the netting. Face off far side right of Bablik. Draw down, comes back to the point. Eckerman works his way all the way underneath. He centered it out in front. It was on the backhand, though, of Zimmer. Couldn't quite get himself turned all the way around. But there was two different stars in the slot that had a great opportunity, and it went in between the both of them.
Kind of probably maybe one of those unfortunate breaks for River Lakes. But, again, this is a game where your opportunities, you got to capitalize on them, and I think that was a missed opportunity there for River Lakes.
Puck off the window. It's going to be played up ahead just out of the reach of Agard. Back after that one is going to be Blaschko. It tries to backhand it up ahead. Dragons back behind, though. Keep it. Leisure back to the point. Try to get it for Danielson, just a little bit wide of his stick, and it'll head all the way down the length of the ice. Both teams going to get mostly wholesale changes. Anderson works his way in on the right wing. Anderson all the way in and deep. Lost it in the corner. Pushed off of him by Jones. And it'll come back for the Stars. They work it up over to the near side. That puck's going to be just off the stick of Paulson. All the way in and deep. Dragons will chase back after it. Chisano ahead for Anderson. Rydberg trying to pick that one up. Kicks that one up ahead. 3-on-2 if the Dragons hurry. Anderson swings it wide on the left wing. Good job pushing wide on the near side, though, defensively by Blake Brunfeld. Shot out in front. Backhand in, and the Dragons lead at 1-0.
You can see
Anderson with the hustle play gets all the way underneath, and the Dragons take the early lead.
You can kind of see that one being set up. They're coming down in the corner, and they had two guys in there, and shot was made, I think, and then Anderson was just right out in an open front, or open puck, open net, and he buried it.
I mentioned that it was a great defensive play coming all the way in there by Brock Brunfeld. He was able to push Anderson off initially, but just great push there and hustle by the Dragons to be able to keep that play going and utilize that 3-on-2 and get it out front for the goal. Smith from Anderson. That one's deflected on a shot by Brunfeld. Went over the top of Babalik. Underneath, the puck taken away. Trying to be able to work that one along that back edge there is Ezra Barth, but he got knocked down on the play. Puck still loose out in front of Babalik. Now it's going to be played back behind. Paulson trying to center that one out front still. Kept in by Jones. Jones will play it all the way down into the corner on the near side. Chasing after that one, Mayhew. Mayhew pinned up against the boards with a couple of Dragons. Agard comes away with it for the men in green. Ethan Agard will slow it down. He'll wrap it around the boards over to the near side now for Barth. Gets by him. It'll come all the way back out to center. Leisure knocks that one down. It'll be taken away, though, and fired in by Engebretson. Babalik gloves that one down. Dragons look to start it out once again. Barth. We talked before about Barth being one of those players got back from injury, so a little bit more depth for the Dragons working here in the postseason.
Yeah, he's come a long way this season. He's a first-year player here on this varsity team, and it's sort of nice to see that injury wasn't too serious, and he's back here for the sections.
Rydberg across it'll go now, working through the middle. Going to be a shot by Rydberg on the pass back from Smith. Might have got a piece of it, was the netminder Swanson. Puck will go to the corner on the far side. Back to the point. Berglund fires one out in front, and Swanson's going to gobble that one up as he had 2 or 3 different Dragons bearing down on him right in front. Looking for a juicy rebound. 8:13 to play, period number 1. 1-0 in favor of the Dragons here on their home ice.
The pressure that the Dragons have been putting on here, at least kind of the same as what it was in the last time these two teams met. So, again, if the Dragons can keep that kind of pressure on, good things will happen here.
Collision with the official on the far side as they try to enter in on the blue line. Puck back to the point. That one's going to dribble its way dangerously towards the net. Blaschko tried to take a shot, and it hit some traffic. And when it's just kind of out there in no man's land, it's kind of tough to get a feel for that one. Ultimately ends up with the Dragons. They look to start it out off the wall on the far side. In on the right wing is going to be Dens, able to slide it across. Shot taken there by Clemenson and hit off the heel of the glove of Swanson and kicked away. Back out to center. No, not quite back out to center. Now out to center, but the Dragons pick it up there. Clemenson, as it was knocked away from Rydberg. Clemenson fires a shot, blocker side high, and he missed. Puck over to the near side. Dragons trying to keep it in, and we got a call coming as Dens finishes a check in the corner after the whistle, and I believe our first penalty is going to go against the Dragons.
Well, they're calling it interference on River Lakes. 36.
It is going to be on number 36, Logan Jones.
I was like you. I thought that was a Pine City one at first. And, well, we were both wrong.
Yeah, I thought it looked like it was maybe going to be in the area right there of the Dragons. Out in front it goes Lazier, trying to dance on the doorstep. Had a couple of opportunities, trying to pound it after the netminder Swanson, but ultimately it'll come back out to the neutral zone and brought back by River Lakes. Now taken away by Rydberg. Rydberg had it slide off his stick. That's going to be Oscar Rydberg there. Lost it. It's going to be a turnover going the other direction for Welts. Parker Welts in on the left wing, goes back behind. Berglund's going to chop that one down, leave it back for Chisano. Chisano for Rydberg, ahead now for Agard. Agard, high slot, works his way in, try to get it for Chisano. Chisano, a great defenseman, likes to creep down and get into the action as much as the next guy. Agard underneath, he'll wrap it around the boards. Berglund, man on the point, back at the other edge. Berglund now into the circle for Agard. Agard, top of the circle, underneath it'll go Smith. Back for Agard, works top of the circle, steps up, fires, that one's deflected. It's going to be knocked away by River Lakes, but it's held in by Berglund. Shot from the high slot is going to be knocked down. Berglund, a nice play to be able to knock another one down and keep it in. Tried to chip it out in front for Valvoda, knocked back for Smith. Dragons really controlling the possession here. Out in front it goes Valvoda, once, twice, and finally held on to by Swanson on the doorstep.
Yeah, there's some really nice plays. Berglund with a nice play just to keep that puck in. Showed some of his tennis skills there by batting that puck down. Making a nice play there, and a couple shots, and Valvoda almost getting one in there.
Again, tough battling here. Dragons trying to be able to put another one on the board. They'd love to be able to get one here on the power play. 39 seconds remain on the man advantage. 5:55 to go, period number one. Dragons lead at 1-0. They're going to toss it. Lazier out for Rydberg. Still win the drawback. Lazier crossover to the near side, trying to go for Clemenson, and held the zone somehow. Backdoor goes Lazier, and he was just tied up at the absolute last second by Ekman, or by Blashko rather. And now the puck heads up the other direction. Olmschleit looking out in front. He's hauled down into the corner. Clemenson, or Danielson rather, looks like he's going to be the recipient of this call, as Blashko a little slow to get up from the corner there. That'll end the Dragon power play. They get 2 shots on goal. Charging will be the call.
Again, got to keep your composure here a little bit. I know your excitement and everything, and you got a good opportunity like that, but you just got to take a half breath and not take that extra step in.
It's easy to let emotions be able to take over in a game like this, where you have a absolutely packed house, even people lining the sides all the way up and down where the Zamboni comes out. 5:32 to go here in the period. 4-on-4 for another 15 seconds. Valvoda tried to sneak one out there. Now it's going to be 2-on-2 with Agard. Trying to be able to get that puck down into that end, or at least slow down things at the other end. Take advantage of that 4-on-4 maybe. 3-2-1 as Chisano took it out in front, trying to make something happen. And now I think we're going to get a call on Chisano on a hook. Chisano doesn't like it. He was out in front trying to get a shot away. I don't know how he got a hook when he was trying to take a shot. But nonetheless, the call is made right out on the doorstep. You talked about emotions.
Yeah, this is not the way the end of the first period the Dragons anticipated, being 2 men down, but they got their work cut out for them now. They just got to kind of ice it and, not give River Lakes any really good opportunities here.
It'll be a minute 39 worth of a 5-on-3 with now 5 minutes remaining in the period. Not only that, but also one of your top penalty killers. That shot out in front. What a stop by Babalik. I think he hit that with the backside of his stick and knocked that one down. What a stop there.
Yeah, and he had number 36 right on the doorstep to poke one in there, too. So good job by Babalik, just controlling first the stop and then controlling and smothering that puck.
As mentioned, not only the 5-on-3, but really the loss of Shisano is one of your better defensemen as well. That one out in front and a shot, a little wrister from the mid-slot. Lucas Bayer deflected away by Babalik. Puck will come back to the point. It'll be controlled there by Welts. Welts gets it right back, top of the circle, trying to slow down there into the slot. His shot deflected over to the far side. Babalik able to kick that one just out of the reach of Engebretson. It'll go up top. Stepping down and rifling a shot is going to be Jones, and Babalik, man on the spot, has already made 4 saves on this power play.
They needed a big game from Babalik here, and they're going to need him as far as they go. And he's been up to the task tonight so far.
Under a minute to go in the 5-on-3. There'll be about another 18 seconds after that. Stepping all the way down and trying to be able to rifle a shot was Parker Welts. Defense kind of split on him. Now the puck pops back out to the neutral zone. Carson Anderson looking for a 5-on-3. Shorty fires that one. Save made by Swanson. And is pushed off. But what a push there by Anderson to at least try to take advantage. And now the puck comes free. And another shot taken down by Ryberg is going to go down the length of the ice. And already a good kill here for the Dragons.
Yeah, so far so good. And you got a guy like Carson Anderson out there who got a lot of speed and some stick agility. He's a good asset to have.
Ryberg gets that puck out in the slot, is trying to dance around again. Paulson had that one knocked away from him, and Ryberg able to clear that one out on the backhand down the length of the ice. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and now we just have 22 seconds of a single power play. Lazier comes back. That one goes off the side of the net. Underneath, going to be controlled by Bayer. Bayer into the corner on the far side of the rink. He's caught up high. You say hooking around the neck, I guess, maybe there as Berglund has to come off. And now the Dragons at full strength. They're able to kill off a minute 40 of a 5-on-3. Lazier has it roll off of his stick. Puck back out at center. Agar is going to dump that one in. He'll peel off. Swanson, the netminder, out of his crease, pushes that one around over to the far side. Hustling after that one, Zimmer works in on the left wing. He gets hit hard, and I think we're going to get another.
I think it might
that's
be an
going to be an
offsides. I thought it was a penalty too, and then he pointed to the blue line. So
kind of throws you off a little bit when you see the men with stripes
yeah.
blow the whistle, but it was just an offsides at the line.
Because I thought the hit was clean, and I was like, oh. They're really calling it close if they're going to call that. But, again, fortunately for the Dragons, it was an offside, not a penalty.
Made my heart skip a beat just a little bit, but that's all right. We're all right. Draw one back towards River Lakes, but chasing after it, Ryberg. It'll be picked up instead by the Stars' Bruntlett. Bruntlett lost it out in front. Dangerous spot, but nobody there for the Dragons. Jones gets it back out to center, tries to play it over to the far side. Shisano back onto the ice for the Dragons, plays that one up ahead. Smith ends up with it. He'll play it over to the near side now for Jericho Jerry. He'll slide back into his own zone. Ahead it'll come now for Shisano. Lays it ahead for Ryberg, just a little bit too far. Bruntlett will come away with it, try to work it back for the Stars. Back to the point. Smith able to keep it in. He has the puck knocked away from him by the official. Jerry back out at center, dumps that one all the way in. Takes a Dragon bounce, but nobody there. That one came off that back wall. Swanson went back to play it, and it came all the way out into the crease with nobody there. But River Lakes dodged a bullet on that one.
I believe Carson Anderson was the closest one there at the time, and if he would have had another step, he may have had it. But
puck underneath. Dragons trying to wrap it around the far side. Milo Rydberg fires that shot. That one's going to be deflected and blocked on the way through. He makes a couple of moves, gets out into the slot, trying to get that one away. It's knocked away from him. Back up top, Chisano fires his shot. That one, I think, hit the midsection of Schultz. Back to the point, kept in, though, by Jerry. He pushes down along that blue line. Over to the near side. This one will come back out to center, though. Chisano across for Rydberg. Dragons still controlling the puck. Ahead it comes for Jerry. He turns to turn it up. Ahead it goes for Dens. Back for Leisure. Leisure pushes this one through, makes a nice move, gets into the zone, into the circle, off the blocker of Swanson. Leisure back behind, wanted to center that one back out in front, but couldn't quite gather it up. Valvoda on the near side back at the blue line, trying to push that one in. Knocked away from him with a minute remaining here in the first period. Puck back the other direction. Babalik makes a stop on a shot from the far side. Shot came from Blaszko and held on. 57 seconds remain in a very eventful period. Just one goal, but very entertaining period here at the Pine City Civic Center. Leisure tried to split the defense, but couldn't quite get there as the Stars did a good job pinching on him. Puck came all the way ahead for Swanson ultimately, though, and the Stars will look to start from their own zone. Back over to the near side, up ahead, gets by Chisano. It'll go all the way in and deep now for Jones. Jones underneath, tried to center that one all the way across. Backhand shot, and it's going to be a rebound out in front. And I think that's going to be Eli Engebretson that'll get the equalizer.
Yeah, the River Lakes, they pulled it in, and they had the two guys out in the front, and they got the pass out, and Boblik made the first stop, and the rebound wide open right there to, who'd you say it was? Number 6?
Engebretson gets the goal. The initial shot taken by Blaszko as he got out in front, but the rebound just sat in a dangerous spot, and 16:30, River Lakes able to get the goal and tie things up here in Pine City. 1-1 as we sit. River Lakes trying to bring it back. Centering feed, trying to get that one out in front with 10 seconds. Made it by everybody all the way to the corner. Another centering feed. Dragons right there on top of it, though, and it'll be brought back by Chisano. Chisano at the horn, fires that one the length of the ice from about the midcourt stripe and knocked away by Swanson, and that's where we'll stand after one period of play. River Lakes gets a little extra push there at the end. They get the equalizer, but they also take the lead in shots on goal. We'll come back and we'll recap the first period of action when we return back here to Pine City on FM 106.5 WCMP.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Pepsi 12 packs are 2 for $16. Firewood bundles get 3 for $26. Mix and match breakfast and lunch sandwiches are just 2 for $6. And don't forget, Food Network's Guy Fieri's Flavortown menu line, burritos, sandwiches, and churros. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air-conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
When Minnesota winter hits hard, you want a heating expert who gets Central Minnesota. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance, your hometown pros for furnaces, repairs, and smart upgrades that keep your home warm without burning cash. Locally owned, trusted for decades. Fast, honest service from people who live where you live. Stay warm, Minnesota. Dale's Heating and Appliance, the local heating experts who've got you covered. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com to set up your consultation today.
ECE Fiber is built by your community for your community. Work, play, and stay connected to what matters most. We offer affordable home and business packages with no hidden fees and 24/7 support. ECE Fiber, easy to use, simple to set up. That's a cooperative difference. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's orderecefiber.com today.
Arrow Building Center in Siren is your leading name throughout the Midwest with trusted brands for your building supplies and services. Arrow Building Center has been providing contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with quality products and expert service for all projects, big and small, for many decades. No matter the size of your next project, Arrow Building Center is at your service. And don't forget, free, yes, free delivery, always. Stop on by Arrow Building Center in Siren, conveniently located off Highway 70, or visit them online at abc-clc.com.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
FM 106.5 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom on hand back here in Pine City alongside Lawrence Kluzacek here on the broadcast tonight. 1-1 after one is quite the thrilling period, up and down hockey. You want to talk about having some fast and furious action. This is the game to be at.
Yeah, it's been a fun first period, but before we talk about that, I just want to make a comment here. I want to congratulate Mallory Klepper from the girls basketball team for the Dragons. She just nailed her 1,000th career point tonight, so congratulations, Mallory.
Congratulations goes out to her, and always nice to be able to see. Usually you get a little bit later in the season, you see a lot of accolades like that. You're able to get some different point totals and things like that. So a lot of fun to be able to see that. So congratulations goes out to her as well.
But getting back to the game here, yes, it's been a very fun, exciting, fast first period. It's been up and down the whole day. And when I saw these seedings come out, I kind of cringed a little bit because this I thought was probably a matchup I wouldn't want to see Pine City play because they are so similar. But with that said, it's been a great game, and I'm glad we got this matchup because we're seeing a great game tonight.
We did see a couple of penalties during the period. Both teams going over on their power play. Dragons put a ton of pressure in on Swanson, but only mustered 2 shots on goal. On the other side, River Lakes with a 5-on-3 for a minute 40. They were able to put 4 shots in on goal on that first shift, but that was about all they got. Dragons really shut them down after that.
Yeah, they really shut them down, and one player that was sitting in the penalty box, Luciano Scazzano, he was probably been one of their best penalty killers, so to lose him on a 2-man down really hurt. So give the Dragons a lot of credit for killing off that 2-man advantage that River Lakes had.
Definitely a tough night there, but the Dragons able to withstand that. Then at the end of the period, after the Dragons had taken the early 1-0 lead on just a hustle play by Carson Anderson, tremendous play there, River Lakes able to get the equalizer there at the end with 30 seconds remaining. You hate to see a goal given up in the last 30 seconds, but a good push by River Lakes. Got a shot from the, kind of working from the slot over to the left circle, and he got a shot kind of more up the middle, and the rebound sat, I think, maybe a little more out there than Babelik wanted.
Yeah, and it was just really nothing Babelik could do when the rebound came out. The guy was right there, and he buried it, and that's what goal scorers do. They'll bury their opportunities, and unfortunately for the Dragons to give one up that late after killing off a late 2-man advantage for River Lakes, to see that at the end of the period. But you know what? When there's adversity, you got to find a way to overcome that. So it's the end of the first period. There's still 2 periods to go, and the first period is indication how the next 2 periods are going to go. We're in for a great one.
17 minutes, not enough to decide this one by any stretch. Now we have to look at the next 34 minutes. Whoever wins that is going to come away with the victory. But you mentioned it right on the nose there that this is going to be a great one. 1-1 after one. Shots on goal, 11-10. Otherwise, it would be all ones on the scoreboard at this point in time. But nonetheless, a very, very tight game here in Pine City. We'll come back and we'll recap things a little bit more and get you set for the second period of play when we return back here to Pine City on FM 106.5 WCMP.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
In service to one, in service to all, for over 100 years, the Pine City Knights of Columbus has donated thousands of dollars and volunteered countless hours to many great programs in the Pine City community. Stay tuned for more information about their upcoming events. They need your support at these events to help raise funds for the continued support of these programs. The Knights of Columbus wish the Pine City Dragons best of luck in their postseason play and are proud to be a sponsor of Dragon Sports. Go Dragons!
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service? A celebration of life in a chapel? Maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Metvin Funeral and Cremation Services has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decision now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Metvin Funeral Home in Mora, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at metvinfuneralhome.com.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Are you looking for the perfect way to promote your business? Custom apparel's the answer, and tdealers.com makes it easy. Let's build your brand together. From the design stage to production, we are on your team to create gear that gets noticed. Whether you're building a brand or repping your business, we got your back. High quality merch, fast turnaround, and no stress. So go to tdealers.com and check out our winter sweatshirt special.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Get your quote today at pineagency.us. Pineagency.us.
Back here at the Pine City Civic Center, Andy Beckstrom alongside Lawrence Gluzacek for the broadcast tonight. First period intermission, shots on goal, 11-10 in favor of River Lakes. We are all knotted at 1 apiece between these two squads. Coming into tonight, the Dragons 16-8-1 on the year. They finished conference play 7-5. They were 7-4 in section play. River Lakes on the other side of things finished the season 10-15-0. Conference play for them 4-7 in the Central Lakes Conference, and then section play they were 3-5. As Lauren talked earlier, though, these two teams have played before. They are definitely familiar with each other, and it's a pretty entertaining affair.
It is, and it's always nice when you see two teams evenly matched and going at it. You don't have this David Goliath. You just got two beasts going at it right now. So
they played really about 10 days ago. Pine City winning that one 5-3 over the top of River Lakes. But definitely something that they are familiar with. I want to say, trying to remember if it was last year or the year before that they played them over in Paynesville, I believe.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago on that one. I was over at that game. So, as I mentioned, they are definitely familiar with each other throughout the course of the years. Pine City winning it 2-1 2 years ago, and then losing in the postseason matchup 3 years ago. So it's been a tight matchup over the course of the years between these two squads.
Yeah, it has been, and like I said there, school size. I mean, there's 6 schools in the River Lakes area, for Corey being the biggest school in the bunch. But I mean, we have 3 schools here in Pine City, North City and Hinckley combined here to make this squad. So I mean, it's a lot of similarities between it. Multiple schools. It looks like both teams are playing 3 lines, so it's going to be an even game right down to the end.
Coming into tonight's matchup, the Dragons sit as the number 3 seed. Number 1 was St. Cloud Cathedral. They already won earlier today. They took on Princeton, winning 11-3 over at the MAC over in St. Cloud. They will move into a matchup on Saturday with either Sauk Rapids Rice or Litchfield Dassel Cokato. The bracket on our side here, the other matchup over at Monticello at Moose Sherrod Arena. Monticello Moose playing host to Becker Big Lake, who I believe was your call for not necessarily an upset, but Becker Big Lake being kind of that sneaky team that might make some noise.
They are, because I believe Becker Big Lake took Monticello into overtime earlier this year, and that was kind of a surprise to everybody. So Becker Big Lake, they're gritty. They skate, they hit, and they get good goaltending. So you just cannot count them out. And they got a tough challenge. Monticello's going to be ready, I'm sure. But like I said, it's postseason and anything can happen.
Should be a fun matchup there. We'll have to wait to see if we can get a result maybe before we go off there. See if they post it quick. Stick with us through the rest of this one. This one's going to be a heck of a matchup, and so will the other side of the bracket. First shot just a little bit wide of the net, paddled up into the netting back behind by the netminder Swanson for the River Lake Stars. We'll get a face-off just 6 seconds in, deep into the River Lake zone. River Lake's trying to dance along that line just a little bit, maybe away from that center stripe. Gets centerman tossed. Puck back out to center. Dragons right there with it. Sent it right back in. Agard all the way back behind. Picked up there by River Lakes. Over to the far side. Knocked up into the air and settled down by Leisure. Leisure trying to be able to play that one across. Berglund able to hold that zone, at least initially, over to the near side. Paulson's got it. Dragons still technically onside as the puck never did come back out. Puck out in front, dangerous place to be able to take that one. Dragons take it away. Leisure gets that one in the slot and fires one close. Puck out in front, and it sat in the crease for a second, then comes all the way up top. Velvoda turns and fires one towards the net, and it'll be grabbed there by Eckerman. And finally, River Lakes able to get it back out to the neutral zone.
I know Agard would like to have that opportunity back. It was right there on the doorstep. All he had to do was get the stick on it, and he couldn't do that. But
Eckerman lost handle of that one, though. Blaschko comes across to help, sends it down the length of the ice, deflected on the way through, so no icing. Agard over to the near side, trying to get that one for Jackson Smith. Smith trying to be able to tap that one along. Over to the far side now, brought through on the left wing by Anderson. He'll fire a shot right into the midsection of Swanson. And Swanson holds on. Puck control, the name of the game so many times. We've seen rebounds pop out and we've seen rebounds not pop out. And that tends to be the difference. Draw one back by the Dragons. Anderson plays it underneath, just a little bit out of the reach of Rydberg. It'll be picked up there by River Lakes. Puck bounces over the top of the stick of Jones on the far side. Dragons trying to take advantage. Anderson underneath, working on Jones. Jones knocks it away from him. Rydberg comes to be able to support. Puck chipped over to the near side now for Bayer. They get it back out to center. Couple of players run into each other. Bayer brings it back. Nice defensive play by Shisano again, getting in that lane, turning those skates sideways and knocking that puck away. Puck into the far corner, right in front of the fans in the stands. Out to center it'll go now. Smith will bring it back. 3-on-2 if they hustle. That shot's going to be taken at the blue line, held onto by Swanson. And we'll get a face-off in the zone. Dragons have had a couple of odd man rushes that they're able to kind of build into. Some of them they've been able to take advantage. They have 3-on-2. They're able to get the first goal of the game. That one, I think, just kind of the end of tired legs.
Yeah, they almost gave up an opportunity here at River Lakes, too. There's a little confusion or a little meltdown here, but they recovered.
Puck back out to center, just out of the reach of Engebretson. It's going to be over to the near side now for Rydberg. Milo Rydberg checked off the puck, and it'll be chipped back out to center by Blashko. All the way through and deep. Yeah, that one's going to be a little bit too far, and we're going to have an icing call. We'll go all the way down the length of the ice, back into Dragon offensive territory. .14:33 to play, period number 2. 1-1 in favor of nobody. Maybe in favor of the fans for a tight game.
Oh, the fans are getting their money's worth tonight.
Puck over to the near side is going to be just behind Haying as a stick comes flying, and the hand went up by the linesman. He said he was offsides, and River Lake still played it. So it'll be an offsides on them. We'll move the draw back out to center. Draw picked up by Velvoda, trying to be able to push it ahead through the center. Puck chopped up into the air. Velvoda backhands that one into the zone, but not with control. Cleared out by River Lakes all the way down the length of the ice. And another icing call. We're just moving the face-off dot one little closer every time.
Well, Velvoda did a nice job just kind of keeping that and chopping it into the zone and forcing River Lakes just to do nothing but to ice the puck at that time. So nice heads-up play by Velvoda.
Puck back to the point. Agard off the draw, throws that one towards the net. It's going to be well wide. Picked up on the far side by Eckerman. Eckerman harassed there by Leisure. Tried to get that one out in front, but couldn't quite get a handle on it. Puck back behind. Over to the near side. Knocked away. I don't know if it was knocked away by Leisure, but it was affected by Leisure. Back for Agard. Fires a shot, and it's going to be snatched out of midair by Swanson.
That one looked like
not
it was
quite that full thumbprint, but that's a play that Leisure didn't do anything, but he affected the whole thing.
He did. He got there in the corner, and his stick was probably about knee high, and got just enough of the puck just to get it away from River Lakes and keep Pine City on the attack.
Draw one back to the point. Chisano tried to lay that one down for Smith. Gets by him. Anderson trying to be able to keep that one in the zone. Puck pops out in front for a second. Nobody there. Kept in by Chisano. Turns, dumps that one in deep. Smith in the corner trying to be able to get that one with control. It'll be taken away from him, though, by Blaschke. Blaschke back out to center. Slides that one forward, and a shot on that far side taken by Welts. Mishandled a little bit by Babalik, but nonetheless settled down, and Babalik able to get a hold of it on a rebound attempt. But kind of a little dangerous play there, but Babalik able to settle it in.
At first, I thought that was going in the net, and then all of a sudden it was in the glove of Babalik. So nice play by Babalik again.
Puck on the near side, sliding all the way out in front. There's Engebretson. Threw that one right into the pads of Babalik, who is just sitting there waiting and ready. Puck over to the near side. It'll be played out in front by Jones, but nobody there for River Lakes. Dragons trying to push it up that far side while they'll be able to get it back out to center. Keeping that one in, Engebretson turns and dumps down all the way in and deep. Back and forth on this near sidewall. Berglund ends up with it, trying to be able to get it out of his own zone. Up ahead it'll go. Long pass ahead for Anderson. Off of his stick, he'll dribble all the way deep into the River Lake zone. Back after it, Brundtland. Over to the near side, Jones. Try to play that one up ahead. Forechecking in Anderson, though able to come away with it. Anderson back behind, works his way to the far corner. Now turns, looks the other direction, and he gets a face full of Jones, and we see the hand go up, and we're going to get a penalty on an elbow as that was almost more situational more than anything. I don't know that Jones was trying to. I think he just didn't anticipate Anderson to put the brakes on and turn right into him.
No, and like I said, it was arms were up, and, a good call by the official there. So, again, Pine City's going to go on the power play, and it looks like they're going to have their number one power line out there. Looks like they got Leisure, Oscar Ryberg, and Carson Anderson as their forwards here. And Berglund on D.
Dragons 0 for 1 on the power play. They had 2 shots on goal on their first attempt. Both goals so far for the two teams are even strength. Puck back to the point. Berglund walks the line. Slides it blue line over for Chisano. Back for Berglund. Berglund near side right in front of us. Down low goes Leisure. Try to get that one out in front. I don't know that he necessarily wanted to do that, just where it went. Leisure into the high slot. Turns, dumps that one deep into the corner on the near side. Cross ice. Knocked away now by Ekman. Ekman's going to lob this one high and get it all the way out and deep. Dragons will head back into their own zone. Forechecking back after that one is going to be Olmscheid, but the Dragons able to get it back out on the near side. Dropped off for Berglund. Berglund makes a couple of moves. Puck over to the near side. Knocked away, though, again by Blaschke and sent all the way down. Dragons had a decent enough start on that power play, but they have not been able to get a controlled power play unit in the zone since then. Puck sent in by Chisano. Wraps around the boards. Blaschke tries to lay that one down in the corner. Ryberg forechecking in, able to knock that one away at least momentarily. Chisano pinched all the way down on that one, be able to knock that one away. Puck out in front. Had an opportunity there with Swanson down on the ice. Berglund now on the near side at the blue line, trying to be able to kick that one. And one of the River Lakes players, I think, literally just picked it up and threw it out of the zone.
Yeah, I didn't see that play, but I saw the official right away with the hand pass. So.
So we'll get a face-off back deep into the River Lakes zone. Draw one by the Dragons. Jackson Smith back to the point. Danielson slides it across. Now for Clemenson. Clemenson almost lost it, but he's able to gather it back up. Agard on the near side steps up, fires a shot. May have been partially deflected by Bayer on the way through. And it'll be brought back now by River Lakes. Danielson fans on a check on that far side, trying to be able to line up Mayhew. Mayhew trying to push that one out in front, still shorthanded for another 15 seconds. Puck still loose. Babelik tracking that one, sliding along. Valvoda gets smacked, and the puck comes back to the point, and it's going to be in the back of the net from Brock Brundtlet, right in front of the River Lakes fans.
Valvoda lost his glove on that play, and I don't know if the River Lakes guy just picked up the puck and shot on net. But nonetheless, it's a shorthanded goal. Kind of reminiscent of the first game, which got River Lakes back in the game, was a shorthanded goal. So, again, it was just an opportunity that River Lakes took, and they capitalized on it here.
So a shorthanded goal there for River Lakes gives the lead now to the Stars. And the Stars still killing off another power play. They bring the puck right back into the zone. Chisano, though, stands up his man. Puck still slides to the front of the net, and Babelik has to squash that one down. Welts was trying to maybe line up a little toe drag, but Chisano just put the brakes on his skates, but Welts kind of walked right into him, and he stood him up hard. Back to even strength. Dragons are 0 for 2, and they've given up a shorty. 10 minutes remaining here in the second period as the Dragons trying to get it back out to center. Ahead it comes now with Anderson. He had to get by a stick that was loose. He slides down and goes into the corner. Everybody in green looking for a hand up. There's none from the men in stripes. Puck comes back out to center. River Lakes able to gain the zone. Trying to get it across for Blaschke, but the Dragons there to be able to break that one up and get it back out to center. Back it'll come for Mayhew. Mayhew send it ahead. Dragons take it away. Jerry tried to send that one out. It's going to be intercepted, though. Straight taken away by Wells. Wells to the other side, and a weak side shot with an open net. Eckerman missed the net. Puck comes back to the top of the circle on the near side. Stepping down on that one, and a shot by Engebretson turned away by Babalik. And things a little bit out of sorts for the Dragons as River Lakes has all of a sudden found a spark. Puck all the way down around the corner on the near side. Dragons trying to gather it up. Chisano will pick it up. Chisano back out to center. Valvoda tied up on that far side. Tied up there trying to kick it along. Engebretson. And we're going to get a whistle.
Offside.
Ultimately, offsides is going to be the call, but that was kind of, puck kept dancing back and forth in that blue line. Almost eventually going to be offsides, but quite the push here for River Lakes as Dragons feel a little bit ragged and out of sorts right now.
Yeah, River Lakes has really taken control about the last 5-6 minutes of this period. So
off the draw, a little 2-on-1. Ahead it comes now. Shot off the side of the netminder by Leisure. Thought he had him beat, but he put it off the left blocker. Agard up top, trying to be able to create. Lays it for Berglund. Berglund makes a move, had it knocked away from him. Now a foot race going the other direction. Back it'll come now for Bayer. Works his way in. Babalik can't stop it on the blocker side, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, that all started there. A little misplay here by Berglund, trying to keep it in the zone and just couldn't control the puck. And River Lakes player, the number 11, got to catch the name here, Lucas Meyer, just kind of took it and went to the races with it. And got the breakaway goal.
You're almost starting to get kind of into a point where you still have 8:21 to go in the period. It's awfully early to take a timeout, but at the same time, you almost need a timeout just to be like, hey, take a deep breath. Because River Lakes is really pouring it on here.
I don't think Pine City maybe got one shot on their power play opportunity, and then they give up the shorty, and now they come back and give up the breakaway like that.
Puck on low. Clemenson trying to turn with that one. Knocked away by River Lakes. It'll come back to the point. It'll get by Berglund. It'll go all the way down the length of the ice. Berglund chases it down right in front of the fans in the corner that are standing room only. Dragons get there. They kick it along this near side. Valvoda will try to be able to work it back up along this near side wall. Got it back to the blue line, though, taken away by River Lakes. The Stars trying to set it up once again. Backhanded back into the corner by Schultz over on the far side. Underneath, trying to work that one around Zimmer. Zimmer tried to play it underneath, got it by everybody over to the far side now. Eckerman. Eckerman underneath for Olmslide. Eckerman on the near side, back for Olmslide, trying for the wraparound, denied by Babalik, and turned away. Puck back of blue line over to the near side. Dragons bring it back. Clemenson trying to swing it wide. Thought he had a momentary opening.
Well, a high stick if they're
played with a high stick there by River Lakes, but the Dragons touch it up. They try to sneak one back through, and Clemenson picks it up and sends it all the way in and deep. Dragons chase after it. Smith, he's in the corner there with Rydberg. Oscar Rydberg, Jackson Smith. Taken away, though, by Eckerman. Wraps around the boards over to the near side. Knocked down by Carson Anderson. Puck back to the point. Barth trying to work hard on that one. He got tied up, just couldn't quite get the right angle on that one. It's going to be sent down the length of the ice for an icing call, but it was a good aggressive move by Barth, and he did a good job tying up the defender, because when he took that under route, he kind of left everything open back behind him.
Yeah,
but
he
just couldn't quite come away with the puck. It was kind of a risk-reward type of play.
Yeah, the one thing that worked in the Dragons' favor on that play is River Lakes had no choice but to ice it. Never got a goal.
Shot by Chisano. It hit a bunch of traffic out in front. Ultimately, I think it was Carson Anderson got a piece of that one, and the netminder never moved. It went down and 5-hole right to the back of the net. River Lakes is going to ask if it was played with a high stick, but I don't see anybody arguing that. The officials aren't necessarily discussing it. I think it's just going to call it a good goal.
It was a good goal because I was looking straight at it. Scazano took the shot, and Carson was right on the corner, got a tip of that, and just put it right between the goaltender's legs and in. So really a good heads-up play by Carson Anderson for that tip. And again, by Luciano just shooting. You know, sometimes you just got to shoot and things will happen.
Puck down the length of the ice is going to be an icing call on River Lakes. We'll try to take our collective breath here as, you thought that the first period was too boring. It wasn't exciting enough for you. Let's put a whole bunch of goals up on the board there, Lauren. Try to be able to make it a little bit more fun. Face-off will be down in the River Lake zone, far side of the ice to where we're located, right in front of the Pine City Pep Band. 6:12 to go, period number 2. 3-2, River Lakes leads. Dragons with the puck. They fire it down low. Leisure wraps that one around the boards over to the far side. Going to be picked up there by Bruntley. Agard takes it away, tried to play it underneath, trying to be able to connect with Velvoda. Ultimately, River Lakes has the puck. That puck slides back out to center. Engebretson fires that one in from center. It'll be gloved by Bablik. He lays it down for Shisano. Shisano looks to backhand that one out and catches a family in the front row. They didn't keep the souvenir.
No.
Just toss it back in.
It's funny, in a wild game, everybody goes after those pucks. High school, that goes back on the ice. Got a budget to keep.
Just so I can play with Chuck a puck. Write my own number on it. 5:40 to go here, period number 2. 3-2 in favor of River Lakes. And Agard will be tossed from the circle. Leisure comes in to take the draw, and the Dragons win that one back, trying to be able to push it along that far sidewall. Puck slows down just enough to be able to let Agard get there. He fires it in off the wall. It'll go all the way in and deep. Swanson out to play that one. Agard gets there first. Looking out in front. He had Velvoda and Leisure there. Losing an edge on the far side. Danielson, he's doing everything he can to get back up the ice. River Lakes not able to take advantage of a play where Danielson just lost his back foot.
That could have been disaster for the Dragons, but
puck over to the near side. Picked up and brought back by Schultz. Correction, that's Engebretson. Engebretson swings it wide over to the far side. He's pushed up against the wall by Berglund. Puck comes free now for the Dragons. They try to wrap it around the boards over to the near side. Eckerman fires it right back in. Stars have it back behind. Jones in the corner. Looking up that far sidewall, turns and backhands it underneath for Engebretson. Engebretson trying to be able to get down across for Brutfeld, but couldn't quite get it there. Agard on the far side, hauled down from the shoulder height, and we're going to get a penalty coming on a hold. And the Dragons are going to go back on the power play.
Would have been a good takedown in wrestling. But
definitely got a good hold of him. He brought him right to the ground.
It was a pretty obvious penalty there. They just can't really grab a guy around the waist or shoulders like that and bring him down without expecting a call. So
12:30 the time of the holding minor. Assessed to Logan Jones. Dragons, who got one shot on goal on their previous power play, looking to try to improve on it. They not only got one shot on goal, but they gave up a shorty.
Yeah, and last game that they played here 10 days ago, they gave up a shorty too. So, they got to be aware that, River Lakes is an opportunistic team when it comes to this. So just because you're one man up, you gotta play defense against these guys too.
Puck up ahead into the zone with Ryberg. Knocked away from him. Comes back out to center. Berglund will have it there. Was trying to wait for things to get set up, but just couldn't quite get it there. Berglund ahead. Leisure brings that one in over to the far side. Underneath Anderson. Goes for the wraparound, but it slid off the toe of his stick. And River Lakes able to get it all the way back out to center. Chisano over to the near side. Dragons back through center now with Anderson. Anderson swings it wide on the right wing. Works his way back behind. Looks out in front, now cycles it back underneath. And it's taken away from him, though, by Brunfeld. Dragons trying to keep that one in the zone. Now it's going to be picked up. Anderson with another shot, and that one's deflected up into the netting back behind. And it'll be an offensive zone faceoff for the Dragons. Minute 6 remaining in the power play, 3:35 left to go in the period. Do you leave that top line out there a little bit longer? Looks like they're going to do kind of a little mix and match of some of the line.
Yeah, it looks like they got Anderson and Ryberg from the second line with Agard as the center from the first line out there right now. So
River Lakes takes that one off the draw, sends it down the length of the ice. The Dragons got to come back after it. This is where River Lakes has been able to make hay, is forechecking in after it. Dragons, though, get it back out. Pass or slide on the far side, all the way around the boards over to the nearest side in the corner. Knocked down there by Agard, taken away by Blaschke. Back to the blue line, and the Dragons had it for a second. Tied up there on that far edge was Berglund. I think it was just his stick that was tied up more than anything, but you still got to take that look around for any hands that go up. Agard works his way through the zone. Agard fires, save made, big rebound, popped out for a second, but everybody kind of resetting, trying to be able to get different lines out there, nobody crashing in, and Swanson able to just fight that one off and hold on.
yeah, if somebody would have been crashing in, I mean, he dropped it right on the ice there. That would have been really dangerous, but with nobody around, pretty safe just to fall right on her.
3-2 your score right now in favor of River Lakes. Stick with us during the second period intermission, just 2:49 away. We'll recap the period and all the excitement that has happened there as a shot by Berglund is knocked down by Blaschke and cleared out down the length of the ice by the River Lakes Stars. Smith looks to start it out of his own end. As River Lakes get back to full strength, they got one shot on goal once again, and now we're going to get another hand up and another penalty coming.
We're going to be on River Lakes again. Looks like another holding call. Kind of saw that. The River Lakes player lost his stick, and all he had was his arms to keep the Pine City player from attacking the net there.
So the Dragons, one shot on goal on each power play, now go on their fourth power play opportunity. Second of the period, and second of the last 4 minutes.
What a
shot and what a save. Berglund thought that he had the game tire all day long on this near side, and a Dominic Hasek style diving stop there by Swanson, able to snare that one out of midair. 2:10 to play here in the period. 1:45 to go on the power play for the Dragons, who trail by 1. Middle frame here at the Pine City Civic Center. Carson Anderson from his own zone. Works his way ahead on the left wing, now to the slot area. Drops for Ryberg, back for Anderson. Anderson in the circle. Up top, one-timer by Shisano. Rebound on the backside, denied by Swanson. And Ryberg got dumped, but a good rebound attempt. But Ryberg, he swung at it. He got that blade down there and took a good whack at it, but I think it just bounced over his blade.
It was just a nice play by Swanson, the goaltender, too, just to not give him any rebound opportunity at all. He smothered that thing, too.
Dragons a couple of shot opportunities here. That one slid out in front by Lazier, just out of the reach of Anderson. Shisano would pinch down on that far side. Up top now, Berglund back for Shisano as they reset. Backhanded underneath, looking for Ryberg. Ryberg had it knocked away for a second. Now he's got an opportunity moving forward. Berglund on the back door, tried to sneak in, but just couldn't quite find it. Up top it goes. Anderson from the slot, can't get it. Back door it goes. Lazier trying to jam it away. And McCall Lazier created by Carson Anderson.
That was just a good work on the power play, starting there. Kind of by Berglund at the blue line and Schizzano, and then getting it into Ryberg just in front of the net, working it around, and they finally popped one in on the power play here. So just
good battle and good fight there by the Dragons. 15:44 the time of the power play goal by the Dragons. Lazier kind of initially set it up, but Anderson really got it going.
There's a lot of play in front of the net there, and they finally popped one in. So they've had a couple great chances on that power play. They finally cashed in.
Dragons got 3 shots on goal during that power play, including the equalizer by McCall Lazier. And we have 1 minute remaining here in the second period, the middle frame of tonight's heavyweight tilt. Puck down in the corner. This is where River Lake scored in the opening frame in the final minute of play. Puck over to the near side as the Dragons bring it back. Agard back and forth with Ryberg. Agard gets out in front, fires a shot, tried to go 5-hole, but Swanson able to knock that one down. And I think we're going to get a call back behind. We'll see if it's...
We got a penalty coming up here.
I think this might be an even up.
Yeah.
As we have an official coming over here just pointing at everybody and sending them to the box. I think Ryberg went to the box. I didn't see who the... Have to wait for the announcement. Eckerman gets a roughing and Ryberg gets a hold, and we are even up 5-on-5. So other than being down a couple of important players, we are still even strength and nothing hurt too badly. As a shot from the point went off the side of the cage, held in by River Lakes. Underneath it goes Berglund, looking to start it back up the far edge. Taken away now by River Lakes. Over to this near side. Dumped all the way in and deep by Welts. Dragons get it back out to center. Going to be lobbed in and sent all the way in and deep by Engebretson.
Icing call here.
With 2 seconds remaining. I think that's ultimately an icing. And so now you try to set up the best backhand draw one-timer that you can draw up.
I'm thinking here 2 seconds. I would maybe pull the goaltender right now and get that extra attacker on.
Swanson directing traffic of where he wants defensemen to be. They crash in, and you can see on that play, Jones's only responsibility was just to dive basically at the puck.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that ends a very exciting second period that puts us right back where we were when we started, all tied up.
All tied up, and shots, well, the Dragons take the lead now by 1 shot on goal over the Stars at 2019.
But so a tight matchup here in Pine City. We'll come back. We'll recap an eventful second period and get you set for the third period when we return back here to the Pine City Civic Center on FM 106.5 WCMP.
Eat better, buy more, spend less is more than a slogan at Chris's Food Center. From fresh produce to top quality meats and prime rib dinner served every Friday night. Visit Chris's Food Center in Sandstone or check out their weekly deals at chrissfoodcenter.com.
The anytime for anyone that's got a little of everything for that special someone. Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone. Northern Bloom carries handmade, one-of-a-kind gifts. And whether you want to pick up a bouquet of flowers on the way home or have them delivered to the ones you love, think Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and the place to get your Valentine something sweet, something beautiful, and something to remember is at Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone. Northern Bloom carries those gorgeous flowers and bouquets, homemade fudge, and one-of-a-kind gifts. Delivery also available. Northern Bloom and Gifts, your Valentine's Day headquarters.
And treat your Valentine to a prime rib dinner from Chris's Food Center in Sandstone. Chris's will start carving early, starting at 1 p.m. on Saturday the 14th.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Rice Krispie Sheet Treat, just $14.99. Sweet Chaos Drizzled Popcorn are just 2 for $8. Snack Time Frosted Pretzels only $5.99 each. Ghirardelli Milk Chocolate Snowmen are just $7.99. And Shirley Temple 7-Up 12 packs, 2 for $12. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are I-CAR and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
ECE Fiber Internet, the best choice for you. Affordable packages for home and business with reliable service and no hidden fees. ECE Fiber, connecting you to what matters most. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's ORDERECEFIBER.com.
Back here in Pine City, the Pine City Civic Center, Andy Beckstrom along with Lawrence Gluzacek here for the broadcast of tonight's Section 5A quarterfinal. 3-3 is your score after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal 20-19 in favor of the Dragons. Dragons outshoot River Lakes in the period 10-8. Sorry, apologize. I got a little bit ahead of myself. So a pretty good period for the Dragons, but the two things that you hate to see in hockey is a goal in the last minute, which happened at the end of the first, and a shorthanded goal, which happened in the second.
Yeah, and that's, two of the things that you don't want to happen, especially in a game of this magnitude. And, it's happened to Pine City, but they fought that adversity, and they've come back now, and they've we're down by 2, and they come back to tie it up. So, again, the first period, River Lakes is down by 1, and they fought, and 30 seconds left in the period. They got the equalizer. So, this whole game is set up for one heck of a third period coming.
I don't want to say that things were looking dire, but at the same time, after back-to-back goals, you started to kind of have that, okay, you need to have something happen now, or otherwise things are going to spool out of control. And the Dragons, to their credit, started to take advantage of some opportunities that they had. They got the power play goal. They were able to get it tied. It just, some of the way that the period kind of laid out, there's a lot of opportunities, and some of it they didn't take advantage of, but ultimately, when they needed it, they were able to get some stuff going.
Yeah, and the first goal that the Dragons got in the second period, I think that was McCall Lazier's kind of a mess in front of the net and all that, and he was able to put it in, and a little scuffle afterwards. And I think maybe that kind of sparked the Dragons a little bit, because when they got that power play, when they finally got the power play goal, was it a power play goal or was it full strength?
Power play goal was the game tying goal.
Yeah, it happened right in front of us. Luciano Scazzano had taken the shot, and Carson Anderson had set himself up well for a tip. I don't think Swanson saw it, or if he did see it, it got tipped and he had no reaction on it. It just went in. So, I mean, it was really a great heads-up play by Carson Anderson to get that equalizer.
Absolutely a tremendous period. To kind of give a little recap of how we ended up there, 4:49 in, and elbowing minor to River Lakes gave the Dragons their second opportunity on the power play of the game. They were 0 for 1 at the point. They had one shot on goal, and they gave up a shorthander at 6:41. Runtlett knocked that puck away, went up ice, and was able to beat Babalik, and just kind of a play that seemed like it was dead, and he just kept fighting and was able to get it by him. 8:39, a little while after that, they get another goal, and all the momentum was on the River Lake Stars side of things. Bayer gets that goal on it, just kind of another one of those, just kind of fighting for position, got a really good opportunity, and again, right in front of the River Lakes fan section. People going nuts, about as loud as you could get it in here until the Pine City Dragons start scoring. Back-to-back penalties on River Lakes at 12:30 and then at 14:40. Just before that, at 10:30, Dragons score. Anderson from Shisano on that shot by Shisano we talked about before, that he just threw it out front. It looked like it was high, and I think it got deflected a couple, 2-3 times. Ultimately, Anderson got the last piece of it and deflected that one straight down 5-hole right through the netminder's legs. Then at 12:30, as I mentioned, the penalty for River Lakes. Dragons got a couple of shots on goal, but started to get a little bit of momentum back on their favor. They get the goal, they get a power play, and then just as that power play expires, another power play as Rydberg was hauled down in the corner right in front of some fans that were here for standing room only. And then a minute into that power play is the goal originally created by Leisure, kind of fell apart, and then created by Anderson for Leisure on a puck that came back over. The shot on goal, Dragons finally get the power play goal. That's the equalizer, and that's where we stand at 3 apiece after 2 periods of play. Dragons are now 1 for 4 on the power play. They have 4 shots on goal, or 5 shots on goal for the 4 power plays. River Lakes, they had 2 power play opportunities in the first period, 0 for 2 with 4 shots on goal between the 2 of those. And all that came right at the beginning of what was a nearly minute 45, 5-on-3. They got it within that first shift, and they haven't had a shot on goal during the power play since. But nonetheless, that's where we stand. 3-3 after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal just 1 apart at 20-19 in favor of the Dragons. We'll come back, try to get our breath, and get set for what is bound to be an absolutely thrilling third period here in Pine City.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Lightforce braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Stay connected with ECE Fiber. Get fast, reliable internet for your work-from-home needs. No more lag during virtual meetings. Manage your account easily with the ECE Fiber mobile app. ECE Fiber. Simple, local, reliable. Visit orderecefiber.com That's ORDERECEFIBER.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
FM 106.5 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom, Lawrence Kluzacek, Pine City Civic Center. We're just about set for the third and maybe final period. I hate to say final period because I've been kind of an overtime magnet lately. I just knock on wood, maybe, we never really know, but tied at 1 after 1, tied at 3 after 2. Anything could happen in a tight game with really close matchup like this.
Yeah, it's just who's going to take opportunity of their breaks they're going to get. It's going to be whoever wins this game. Both teams just they really came out strong in their periods and had moments in each period where they looked like the dominant team. But each team also recouped when they seemed to be under a little pressure and came back and responded well. So, I just think we're up for a great third period.
We'll have to wait and see kind of how this plays out as we get set for this third and final period. I think I can adjust my score sheet down to a little bit smaller roster to be able to work with here. They're using about a 8-point font here, so good thing I got my good eyes on tonight. Puck is down and we are underway. Third and final period of action. Of regulation, I guess you could say. Anything beyond this would be extra hockey out at the ballpark tonight.
That last puck they shot in and it came off the boards. We've seen weird plays off the boards on this end of the ice, and that's the end that the Dragons are attacking in. So maybe they can use those boards to their advantage this period.
Puck linked to the ice. It'll go down now with River Lakes. They work their way back, and right off the bat, River Lakes gets the opening goal. Dragons did not collapse back very well. Kind of seemed to be waiting for something, waiting for an extra pass or something other than what they saw. And it just allowed Griffin Mayhew to work his way right out in front and blast one from fairly close in in on Pavlik, and just 30 seconds in, River Lakes
I've
takes
said,
the lead.
In the past, the worst times to give up a goal in a game is at the end of any period or at the first minute of a period. And Pine City's done that the first and third tonight. So again, it's the adversity. See how Pine City can fight back after that.
Dragons have fought back from down 2 in the second, be able to get tied at 3. Now they have a 2-on-1 going the other direction. Agard in with Velvoda. His shot is well high off the glove of the netminder up into the netting back behind. 1 minute in, and we already have seen a goal.
And almost a 2-on-1 break. If Agard just would have handled that puck, and they had the 2-on-1 go in there perfectly.
Shots on goal even at 20. River Lakes, though, leads 4-3. Shot by Chisano comes in, deflected wide of the net. Puck on the near side into the corner. It'll roll its way all the way back behind. Blaszko over to the far side, just out of the reach of his intended pass in Bayer, and it'll go all the way down the length of the ice. I will say, though, there's a lot of common names, but at the same time, we had 7 goals up on the board. Anderson, Bruntvelt, Bayer, Anderson, Leisure, Mayhew. So Anderson has 2, but otherwise it has been kind of a free-for-all and a very balanced hockey game.
Yeah, it has been. And I said earlier, I thought this was a great matchup and evenly matched team, and it's showing right now.
Puck off the wall over to the near side. Just gets by Jericho Jerry. Pushed down low by Jones. Chisano will chase back after it. He'll get there first. Starts it out for Smith. Smith trying to be able to push it up on that far side. Can't get it away. River Lakes able to keep it in. River Lakes trying to be able to capitalize on some momentum, be able to get something going. Back out to center it goes. Jerry crosses the line into the left wing on the left side of where we're located. Dragons going from right to left towards the entrance end of the arena here at the Pine City Civic Center. Picked up by Smith. Back and forth it goes. Lost it. Rydberg got it back. He sent it in deep. Dragons still having to check back up. They finally do. River Lakes comes all the way back through. They get back to the neutral zone, and then it gets knocked away. Jones, he tries to start it ahead. Velvoda takes it away. Tipped in by Leisure, and on the near side, all the way in and deep, and on the left wing. Jones will work back for it now with River Lakes. Backhanded in between his legs by Olmsted. And Olmsted gets dumped going into the boards in the corner. He's looking around for a hand, but I think he just lost an edge on that one. I don't know that there was even contact. Puck on the far side. Mayhew dumps that one in and deep. Jones push off the puck. Mayhew ends up with the puck. I think he got tripped on that one. I think Agard got away with it. Mayhew tries to backhand it over to the far side. Picked up by Leisure, and Leisure will look to start it out. Leisure ahead with Velvoda. Leisure works in on the left wing, but he pushed ahead a little bit too much and never got the puck across for Velvoda, and Velvoda was in about a stride early. And we'll play back to the neutral zone for a faceoff. 14:05 to go. Third period, 1-goal lead for River Lakes. Puck back through center. It'll be picked up there by Danielson. Slides it ahead for Rydberg. Milo Rydberg in on the right wing. Lost it. Goes all the way back behind past Eckerman. Rydberg finished a check back behind the play on Eckerman, but Eckerman able to get that puck away. Able to maintain possession. Over to the far side. Back to the blue line. Dragons trying to be able to post that one in. And now I think we're going to get a call on
Looks like Rydberg's going to be
I don't know if he went up high or what it was, but now Rydberg is going to be sent to the box as the River Lakes player on the far side went down hard. At first blush, it looked like just a normal check. I'm not sure what happened there. I think it's going to be an elbowing minor, as now the River Lakes forward on that far side is still down on the ice. Wellia Health, our trainers, are going to come out and try to be able to check on him. That minor will be at 3:22. River Lakes will get their first power play since the first period. And while they check on that player who's still slow to get up off the ice, we'll step away. We'll be back here to Pine City on FM 106.5 WCMP.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Pepsi 12 packs are 2 for $16. Firewood bundles get 3 for $26. Mix and match breakfast and lunch sandwiches are just 2 for $6. And don't forget, Food Network's Guy Fieri's Flavortown menu line, burritos, sandwiches, and churros. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Back to the arena here in Pine City. The injured player out of Ricori is going to be Parker Wells. Ultimately able to skate off under his own power, but kind of a scary sight is he wasn't really moving a whole lot and very gingerly moving around a little bit, but ultimately able to come off under his own power.
Yeah, and that's always good to see when they come under their own power. And again, Pine City, they need to keep their composure here. They can't be playing shorthanded, especially when they're trailing.
So the Dragons now down 1, have a penalty kill that they have to work on. River Lakes tries to set it up over on the near side. Paulson plays it underneath, over to the far side, now stepping down. Eckerman, correction, Blaschko. And Blaschko just beats the netminder 5-hole. And we're 17 seconds into the power play.
River Lakes did a nice job.
Two-goal lead.
They did a nice job just moving that puck around, and guy took a shot right on the face-off circle there and beat Milo Boblik, in the 5-hole there. So, again, it just
so 3:40 the period. 17 seconds of the power play. And now some extended discussion here. Officials are kind of talking about it a little bit, and it kind of looked clean, but
it looks like River Lakes may have got a penalty here.
so not sure what happened here. Did hear an official say, I don't want to hear any arguing, which I don't know if you're River Lakes. I mean, you have one player that's just got a penalty. It's going to be number 11, Lucas Bayer. But at the same time, you just scored a goal to go up. So I think that's what if it's a 2-minute minor for holding at the time of the goal, how did the goal technically go in? I think it's probably the argument that Pine City would have as they look to try to get the puck out of the zone and clear it down.
Yeah, I wouldn't understand that one either. I mean, I could see a penalty after the play, a roughing or something like that, but
if the penalty happened as a shot's being taken, I don't know. I guess didn't hear enough of the discussion to be able to have a very informed opinion, but I didn't see it. And it's not working out real well for the Dragons so far, as the Stars have been able to clear it down the length of the ice both times and be able to hustle back and forecheck after it. Anderson in on the far side, hammered by Jones up against the board, lined him up good, up against that wall. And the puck sent back out by the Stars down the length of the ice. 53 seconds remain in the power play. Quickly up ahead over to the near side. Valvoda slips in on the left wing. loses the puck, however. Puck will come down now for Mayhew. Mayhew fired it over to the far side. Jones wanted to get it out of the zone, kept in by Leisure. Leisure, high slot, works over to the near side of the circle. Backdoor feed for Valvoda. Just couldn't gather it up cleanly. What a play by Leisure just to get that puck there. But just couldn't quite connect on it. Now the puck taken by Smith. Works back for Clemenson. High point. Over to the far side in the circle. Shot taken. Rebound out in front. Valvoda had it jump his stick. Otherwise, he had an open net to work with. And the puck all the way down the length of the ice, and almost a shorthanded opportunity again for Olmscheid. And we're back to even strength. The Dragons again get one shot on goal during their power play. But more importantly, now have 11 minutes to try to find 2 goals out there in what has been a tight night. Ethan Agard steps up, kick save, big rebound popped out, but it was just out of the reach of Rydberg and River Lakes, not Northern Lakes, River Lakes able to get that one cleared out, and the puck is cleared up into the stands, and everybody dives for cover, but that young lady picks the puck up and goes chuck-a-puck and gets it to the circle.
Some nice pressure put on by the Dragons here, but it's just unfortunately they haven't been able to capitalize. Valvoda had the wide open net, and the puck trumped his stick, and that would have been a huge goal there to bring it back within 1.
Anderson will pick it up after the center draw. Works in on the right wing, pinned up against the wall on the far side. Taken away, Agard fires a shot, and it's a 1-goal game.
That was nice. Agard got the puck, just kind of circled around and just fired a shot. And Swanson had a little trouble handling that, and it looked like he just kind of trickled on between his legs and into the back of the net. That was a big goal that the Dragons needed right now.
We talked about 11:05 that they needed to find 2 goals. Well, getting the first one within 30 seconds of me saying that definitely helps. 6:23 at the time of that goal. Ethan Agard makes it a 1-goal game. 5-4 in favor of River Lakes, but the Dragons right there with some momentum. Puck back through center. Left to right it goes now with River Lakes. Dumped in by Ekman, and we get a whistle.
An icing call.
Apparently he was behind that red stripe, and it will be an icing call. We'll go all the way back down into the Stars' end. The entrance into the arena here at the Pine City Civic Center. Dragons in their home white uniforms, green numerals and trim, black breezers, black skates. River Lakes, black uniforms, white numerals, red trim. River Lakes trying to sneak that one all the way through, get that one up ahead. Babylon comes out high and almost a rebound shot by Schultz, and now a 2-on-1 going the other direction. Across for Anderson, tried to go back across the other way. Eckerman slid in between that one and knocked it down.
That was a real nice play by Eckerman to stop the pass because Rydberg was wide open.
Puck up ahead. Rydberg with the game tire, can't quite get it past the netminder, Schwanson. Another shot taken by Smith is deflected on the way through here, and the Dragons putting on a tremendous amount of pressure, but it still comes back the other direction, and a shot wide by Mayhew with 9:40 to go. Puck in the corner on the near side. Paulson, Rydberg, a couple others in that corner trying to be able to dig that one out. Finally squirts free now for Paulson. Paulson underneath. Looking out in front, goes all the way to the corner on the far side, knocked away by Rydberg for a moment. Jones got it back. Jones centered it out in front. Barth was the only one there. Jones gathers it back up, plays it underneath. Rydberg gets there and puts a check in on Schultzenberg and is able to hold him there long enough for the rest of the crew to get there and get that puck cleared out down the length of the ice. 9 minutes to go now after an icing call on the Dragons. We'll get a face-off down in the Dragons zone. But 9 minutes to go. Dragons putting on some good pressure, but River Lakes trying to answer right now.
Yeah, and like I said, River Lakes is playing some pretty decent defense here, kind of holding the Dragons to where they're taking their opportunities from.
Puck into the corner. Eventually comes out now with Berglund. Gets it back out to center. It's going to be slapped back down the length of the ice, though, by Bruntlett. Dragons will head into their own zone to be able to get it. Berglund tried to wrap it around the boards over to the near side. Bruntlett, I think he held the zone. Yep, he did hold the zone on this near edge. Tried to play it all the way in and deep. Back out to center. Agard off of the official on that far side. Can't quite handle the puck. It'll be brought back by River Lakes. That's a clean check by Berglund, but offense taken on that one by Mayhew, and I think Mayhew's going to get a penalty out of the deal. Berglund, just a very clean check, just leaned into him, and Mayhew didn't like it, grabbed onto him, and held him to the ground and pushed him to the ice. Well, I don't know why he would do that.
Yeah, you're in your offensive zone. You don't have a stick. I could see if you're in your defensive zone and taking away a scoring opportunity, but not when you're on your offensive side, because right now they put the Dragons back on the power play and the face-off down in their end.
So Dragons back on the power play. This is their 6th opportunity on the power play so far. They are 1 for 5 to this point. Draw over to the near side corner. It'll sit there off to our left. About 5 different people buried in that corner trying to dig it out. Finally comes away with Chisano. Chisano, high point. Works over to the near side up against the blue line. Stepping down Anderson. Anderson underneath for Rydberg. That's going to be Milo Rydberg. Works his way to the far side corner. Lays that one off as he gets hit. Stepping up, Lazier tried to just snipe one. Denied by Swanson. Rydberg on the far side. Back to the point. Kept in by Berglund. A really nice play there by Berglund. Lazier had it knocked away from him, and River Lakes able to get that one cleared out down the length of the ice. Good puck movement, good setup there by the Dragons. But now this is where they have struggled on the power play, being able to regain the zone. Anderson in on the right wing, able to gain the zone. See if they can settle it down. Up for Chisano. Fires a shot. It was a deflection out front and just went wide. Back to the blue line on the far side. Berglund able to hold that edge. Not hold the zone, but hold the edge. Puck will be in on that far side. They appear to be in on side. What a move getting it away. And we're tied.
Carson Anderson, looks like he's got that one. But you said earlier that McCall Lazier's going to have his mark on this game, and Lazier set that up for Anderson. You get the tying goal, a hat trick for Anderson.
Hats come flying out onto the ice as Anderson gets the goal. Hat trick for Carson Anderson. I think they listed it a little backwards. We'll have to wait for confirmation on that one, but I think it's Carson Anderson.
Well, I thought originally it was Lazier that got the goal, but the way Anderson reacted, I think he tipped it in. So
either way, whoever it was that got the goal, we're tied at 5. We talked about that this game was going to be a tight one. It was 1-1 after 1. It was 3-3 after 2. It is now 5-5 with under 7 minutes to play in the third period. Puck go to the far side. Jones can't handle it for River Lakes. Back it'll come for the Dragons. McCall Lazier off the wall over to the far side. Try to get it for Agard just a little bit out of his reach. Back out to center. Chisano will settle it down. He'll fire it in and wrap it around the boards over to the far side. Chance of, here we go, Dragons coming from the faithful over on the far side of the ice. Puck comes free now with Lazier. Tried to drop it underneath for Velvoda. Couldn't quite connect on that one. Rydberg picks it up on that far side. Oscar Rydberg trying to work on that edge on that double team. Dragons changing behind the play. Oscar doing the hard work over on that far side. He's able to keep that one in. Anderson keeps that puck in somehow. Gets it away for Rydberg. Rydberg with a backhand and a rebound pops out.
It looks like we're going to get another
and we're going to get, I think, a penalty on River Lakes on a high stick. So the Dragons, I think, are going to go back on the power play. So what a change of events. Dragons with 11 minutes remaining. I said to you, they're going to need to come up with something because they're down 2 goals.
Yeah,
we're now tied with a power play with 6 minutes remaining. They found something, whatever it was.
Yeah. Like I said, in a close game like this, you need to keep your composure. Right now, River Lakes hasn't kept theirs. You know, really an uncalled for holding that set up that last power play goal, and then a high sticking down here. These are just penalties you can't take in a game like this.
Now a little discussion is I think a chunk of ice is popped free. I don't think they're worried about that, but I think the official is still tied up with the River Lakes coaching staff and head coach Nick Kepler, assisted by Shannon Olmscheid and Troy Engebretson. Seth Sauter on the other side, assisted by Griffin Fowler, Jacob Parlington, Kit Ryberg, and Kyle Borgstrom. Dragons start their 7th power play of the night. Backhanded over to the near side. They are 2 of 6 at this point. Puck squirts free. Clemenson fires it towards the net, just out of the reach of the blocker, but wide of the net nonetheless. What a play by Danielson back at center. Chipped that one past Olmscheid. And what would have been a kind of a dangerous spot for Olmscheid to maybe go the other direction with it.
Yeah.
Puck over to the near side. Dens chops that one in on the left wing, trying to be able to push that one in. Agard comes away with it. He got tripped up, spun off the puck. Puck's going to be taken away and sent out of the zone by Haying. Nope, not quite out of the zone. It got all the way to the blue line, and now it's out of the zone. Puck over to the far side. Agard will turn with it. Agard into the zone, works in on the left wing. Now into the high slot. Leisure out in front for Agard, just couldn't quite connect on it. And River Lakes will get the clear that they desperately needed with a minute remaining on the power play.
Pine City's been putting some good pressure on this power play, and again, River Lakes has answered.
Leisure dumped as he came through center. Anderson came away with it. Tried to backhand center it for Leisure, but couldn't quite connect with it. Berglund comes away with it, gets it to the center. Leisure backhands it underneath for Valvoda. Back for Leisure. Up top it'll go Chisano. Chisano from up top, and it's held on to by the netminder as you had Leisure and Anderson and Ryberg all bearing down, looking for a rebound.
That was a good shot by Scazzano, too, because it was in traffic, it was low, and, you know, obviously Swanson got a good view of it. Otherwise, you know, in a type like that, there's a lot of screening. Anything can happen, tips, so really good heads-up play by Scazzano there.
Draw one back by the Dragons, far side of the ice. Working along the sidewall of Ryberg. Back to the point for Berglund. Down to this half wall now for Ryberg. Underneath it goes for Leisure. Back up the wall, now back for Berglund at the point. He fires a shot, held on to by the netminder, Swenson, who has been pretty good tonight. Really, both netminders have been pretty good tonight. It has been some quality chances.
Yeah.
I don't feel like really any of them have been giveaway goals all night long.
No, Swanson in the second period had 2 big saves, you know. Probably kept the Dragons from opening this game up a little bit.
Berglund from center lobbed that one in, but River Lakes right there to be able to clear it out, and we're back to even strength. Dragons get 3 shots on goal on that power play. And we're back to even strength. 3:48 to go here in a 5-5 game. Shot from the point by River Lakes, gobbled up by Babalek. And we get an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Section 5A quarterfinal here in Pine City. Monticello and Becker Big Lake, the other half of this bracket, playing in Monticello tonight. Face off far side right to Babalek. Draw one back by the Dragons. It goes into the corner. Kicked up the wall there by Berglund, able to get it for Smith. Cross ice trying to go for Danielson over on the near side. River Lakes is down one skater with losing a stick, but they're able to get that replaced almost immediately. Back ahead on the near side now. It's going to be Zimmer working in on the right wing, trying to be able to get that one across. Blashko's got a goal already. Fires one out front. That one hit Zimmer on the way through. Smith trying to be able to get that one out. Kind of rolled on his stick a little bit. Puck up top. Mayer tried to fire a shot. Blocked out in front by Ryberg. And it'll be Anderson trying to work it back the other direction. Player over to the far side. Trying to work ahead for River Lakes. Taken away by the Dragons. Jericho Jerry over to the near side. And that one I think hit somebody in the back on the bench. Deflected up and out of play. 2:55 to go. 5-5 your score between the Dragons and the Stars. Face-off near side left of Milo Babalek as now they got to get a stick out of the way. Puck taken away off the draw. Dragons try to bring it back ahead on the left wing. Valvoda had it pushed away from him. Jones back after it. Puck knocked away at Leisure. Centers it out in front. Agard with a shot and save made. Rebound underneath. And McCall Leisure unties the game.
That was just good work in front by the Dragons. Agard got the shot there. Rebound and Leisure was standing right on top of the crease. They worked it in and Leisure, he just buried it and put the Dragons up for the first time since they were up 1-0. Now what the Dragons have to do is just play very smart, aggressive defense here. Don't let River Lakes get too many good scoring opportunities.
That play felt like, as it entered the zone, the way McCall Leisure came in with it and some of the moves that he made was kind of, I don't really care what's happening, we're scoring on this play.
Yeah.
It just felt that way, and he just wasn't going to be denied once he got that puck in there.
Yeah.
Tried to set somebody else up, puck came back to him, and then he got it.
You can kind of say the same thing for Ethan Agard. They both kind of had that same mindset that they were going for it. Two senior leaders on this team, and they got her.
6-5 in favor of the Dragons. What a game here out at the ballpark. Glad you could join us for that this broadcast. I only wish we could show you the video. High School League restrictions. We are audio only tonight on FM 106.5, but we are streaming the audio out on the YouTube, and so it has been an absolute treat of a game tonight. And the winner of this one will move on to a matchup with either Monticello or Becker Big Lake. That'll be at the high seed. If Monticello wins, the game will be in Monticello. If Becker Big Lake pulls off the upset, semifinal 5A action will be here in Pine City. That'll be 7 p.m. on Saturday. Have to wait and see what happens to the other side of that bracket, but nonetheless, the Dragons up now 6-5 with 2:39 remaining.
A long 2:39 to go.
The longest 2:39 you could imagine. Draw one back by River Lakes. It'll go all the way back into their own zone. We'll keep an eye on Swanson at the other end to see if or when they pull their netminder. Dragons forechecking in, trying to be able to keep that puck at that end of the arena. Back it'll come for River Lakes, off into the slot, and it's taken away. Mayhew got into a dangerous position, and Leisure took that puck away. Now it's kicked away by Shisano and back into the River Lakes end. 2 minutes remaining. Trying to stay onside there was Schultz. Not only onside, but I think he was also trying to reach it to prevent a icing.
The far referee did call the icing, though.
Yeah, they did call the icing. I didn't think it was quite icing, but he didn't get a piece of it.
Well, I thought they were offside when it went in, and there was no call. I was kind of wondering
I thought
that.
that's what he was trying to hold, was the offsides. But I guess what do you take? Do you take the offsides or do you take the icing? I think maybe you take the offsides. But nonetheless, we are down 159. Draw one back by the Dragons. Played underneath. Wrapped around the boards by Blaszko over to the far side. Jumps a stick. It'll be sent right back in by Jackson Smith. Blaszko from his own end. Works his way back through center. Left to right coming towards us. Came in on the right wing. Knocked away by Chisano. Puck will come back to the point. Stepping up on that one, Schultz. He fires that one. And we're tied once again.
It looked like the Dragons tried to clear it, and it hit the referee, came right to the defenseman's stick, and he fired a shot. I don't know if it got tipped in front. It almost looked like it the way it changed direction there on Milo, but nevertheless, we're back at a tie game. The minute 38 to go.
That goal scored by Breck Schultz. So 98 seconds remain, and we are tied at 6 here in quarterfinal action between the Dragons and River Lakes. Centering feed by River Lakes, nobody there for the Stars. Chisano back to the point on the near side. It's going to be held in by Haying. Underneath it'll go. Chisano will pick it up from there. Across it'll go for Leisure. Agard, Valvoda working their way up ahead. Nice defensive play, poking that one away by Engebretson to be able to prevent that explosive line from being able to create something. If you're the Dragons, this is the line that you want to have, and now the Dragons are going to take their time out, partially to maybe discuss some strategy, but I got to believe this is the line you want out there, and you want to make sure that they can stay out there for the entire minute, so you give them kind of a little pseudo break.
Right? Yeah, little break, little breather. And
maybe give us a little bit of a breather as well.
Yeah.
And calm down just a little bit. 12 goals have been scored here tonight. Shots on goal in favor of the Dragons right now, 33-24. The bulk of that kind of came from the point where the Dragons were down 2 goals, trying to just get a flurry of action out there. Ultimately, they're able to get the 2 goals to be able to get it tied, but credit River Lakes for not giving up. They gave up 2 goals to give up the tie, and then the go-ahead goal, 3 straight unanswered, until they got that answer.
Yeah, and again, Pine City had the lead in the first period with 30 seconds to go. And then in the second period, they haven't led since until they got that 6-5 lead. You know, so they've been kind of playing from behind most of the second and third period tonight. We're just got to see here now what happens. Both teams got to kind of approach just like they're both on a power play right now and try to take the chances to get that winner.
Well, that's what I was going to say, trying to take chances. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive anybody is right now. I mean, at this point, you got to be kind of playing like it's overtime, because even if you get to overtime, you got to play like it's overtime then. So
yeah.
May as well try to win it now. So we'll see the aggressive nature. 12 goals, 10 penalties, and a minute left to go in the third period. Puck back out to center. Dragons bring it in onside. Agard works to the far side. Backhand is deflected. Goes over to the corner on the near side. Underneath. Picked up there by Eckerman. Eckerman's going to look to bring it back now for the Stars. Off the wall, all the way in and deep, and all the way past everybody. Haying was there, but Babelik came out to be able to knock that one out of danger. Puck back out to center. Picked up there by Paulson. Knocked away by Anderson. 3-on-2 if they hustle. Over for Leisure. Leisure with 30 seconds. Leisure tripped up a little bit, but he almost came through cleanly. Puck back out to center. Berglund's going to fire that one in. I don't know that Swanson seen that until the last second, but he got a blocker on it anyway. Puck kept in. Not kept in. I thought that Ryberg kept that one in, but not quite able to do so up against the blue line right in front of us on this near side. 17 seconds remain in the third period. Win or go home. Puck won back by the Dragons. Chisano dumps that one all the way in and deep. River Lakes gets it back out to center. Chisano right there for it. He's going to dump it all the way in once again. 5 seconds left to go, and River Lakes, I think, is just going to be content to play this one out. And we're going to go to an overtime frame. Lauren, it wasn't enough. 3 periods. It just, we talked about it early. But that wasn't enough to be able to get through this hockey game. Let's see if we can play some more hockey.
Yeah, I talked about it. Then all of a sudden the Dragons were down by 2. I thought, this might not be that type of game. And then the Dragons went up by 1, and I thought, okay, all they got to do is play nice, tight defense. Credit River Lakes, they came back and tied it. So right now it's
the shots on goal in that period. 14-5 in favor of the Dragons.
If you're the Dragons, you got to like the pressure you've been putting on and thinking, that momentum is going to carry into overtime. However, River Lakes has had a goal at the end of the first period, the last minute, and the very first minute of the third period. So, a lot can happen here. So it's anybody's game. It's just a matter of who doesn't make the mistake and who capitalizes on their opportunity right now.
Assumedly an equipment issue, but Engebretsen just went to the River Lakes locker room, so we'll kind of monitor that situation. At least to this point, we have also not seen Parker Wells after he was injured. Engebretsen's coming back now. I think he just had a equipment issue, so got that resolved, so he'll be back. But Wells, we have not seen, at least I have not seen him to this point, so I would assume that he probably is done for the night. It was kind of a scary injury, but he did skate off under his own power. A little short intermission here between the third period and the overtime frame. Wild and crazy third period with 6 goals going up on the board. Things were all over the place there, Lauren.
Yeah, and it's just a big back and forth game. River Lakes went up by 2, and you thought, well, maybe the momentum's on their side and they're going to walk away with a victory out of here tonight. And then all of a sudden Pine City ties it up. I think the momentum's on their side. They come and take the lead with, 2:39 left or something? I think it was.
Yep, 2:39.
And I made the comment, it's a long 2:39, and River Lakes came back and scored, and just a little over a minute to go. So, right now it's anybody's game, so it's going to come down to who's going to want it more right now.
3-3 after 2 periods of play. 30 seconds in, Mayhew made it 4-3. Blasco on the power play at 3:40 made it 5-3, and that's what you're talking about. The 2-goal lead, you look kind of dire. Dragons get a goal at 6:23 from Agard, and then a power play goal at 9:52 from Anderson made it 5-5. Then goals from Leisure at 14:21, and then the Schultz goal at 15:22 gave us this 6-6 tie. They're going to put 8 minutes up on the board, Lauren, but I don't know if that'll even be enough, although we have had a lot of scoring pretty quick, so somebody's probably going to score here within this time frame. Puck is down and we're underway. 5-on-5 hockey here in overtime. Puck comes all the way down into the Dragon zone. They'll be defending the entrance end of the arena here in Pine City. Puck underneath just gets by Jones. It'll be picked up by Agard. Agard back to center now for Leisure. Leisure swings it wide to the near side. Nice defensive play there by Bleschko to be able to knock that one away from it. Leisure comes away with it though. Leisure off the pipe. Rebound underneath. Valvoda over the top of the pipe as well. Back to the point. Berglund fires one towards the net. It goes wide of the net over to the far side. Dragons trying to keep that one in, and it's going to be brought back out now by Mayhew. Mayhew's got one of the goals already tonight. Knocked away from him by Berglund. What a play by Berglund. Ahead it comes Agard. Couldn't quite handle it all the way into the zone. This one's going to be cleared out down the length of the ice for an icing call. And Lauren, we're not even a minute in.
great opportunity there. Leisure, Velvoda. I mean, the puck, it didn't go over the net by that much. I mean, keeping it exciting, that's for sure.
Face off near side left of the netminder Swanson in the River Lakes zone. Chisano back at the point. He's going to flip that one all the way in and deep. Over to the far side, tracked down by Brundlett, looking to get it out of the zone. Ryberg keeps it in. Back for Smith. He fires a shot deflected up into the air and wide over to the near side. Anderson up against the boards, trying to be able to dig that one out. Ryberg and Chisano also in that area. It'll be chipped back out to center for a moment, and now gathered up and picked up by Brundlett. Brundlett back through center, had it knocked away from him. Chisano ends up with it. Chisano for the Dragons, working from left to right. Slows it down, spins back in his own area. Now ahead for Smith off the wall. That one's going to go all the way in and deep. They wave off icing. I think it was deflected on the way through. Puck over to the far side. That's deflected back out to center. Chisano settles it down, hustles over to the near side, plays it off the wall and in. Jones will be the one to pick it up there for River Lakes. Over to the far side. Poke checked away by Agard for a second. Now Velvoda has it. Velvoda in on the left wing. Velvoda in the circle, looking out in front. Leisure got a piece of it, and it slid all the way over to the near side on the top of the circle. River Lakes back out to center. Checked hard off the puck there is going to be Hayden. Ahead it comes for Leisure. Leisure breakaway. Backhand. Denied by Swanson. He had no idea where it was, but he kicked the net off as he went in with that one. I don't think that the puck actually went in, but as he kicked his leg out, it did kick that net off.
Swanson's made 4 or 5 big saves on the Dragons tonight.
Not often you stare down McCall Leisure one-on-one and get the victory. Puck back behind. River Lakes will have it, look to start it out. Dragons have put on an absolute mountain of pressure here in the first minute and a half. Puck down the length of the ice. Correction, 2.5 minutes. Time is just a blur right now, Lauren.
Yeah, it's might as well not even put time up there. Somebody's got to have to win this game by scoring a goal, so just forget the time.
6-6 here in overtime. Puck right to the front of the net for the Dragons, but they can't get anything going there. Out to the blue line. Velvoda holds the line, backhands it underneath. Over to the near side, Velvoda battling for position. Gets it away for Agard, fires a shot just out of the reach of Leisure. Just out of the reach also of Swanson, but it was wide of the net. Kept in by Agard. Tried to lay that one across for Leisure, and it'll come back out to center. Puck in on the far side. Danielson finishes a check on that edge on Zimmer. That puck up over the top of the netminder, back behind. Zimmer tripped up back behind. River Lakes looking for a penalty. They may have a case, but no hand went up anywhere. That puck from center, that one ate up Babelek, but he's able to fight it off to the corner. Berglund rifling all the way one through, trying to get it for Leisure on about a 150-foot pass. Back it'll come on the far side. Trying to backhand that one is Blaschko. Puck on the far side and a shot off the blocker of Babelek. River Lake still with it. Engebretson fires a shot. Velvoda blocks that one over on the far side. Underneath it'll go. Trying to center that one is going to be Bayer. Across it goes for Eckerman. Eckerman goes down in the corner. River Lakes again looking for a penalty. No hand up. River Lakes is going to change a couple 2-3 right in front of their own bench. Berglund comes away with it. Lost the puck for a second, and it's chopped away by Danielson. Up high it'll go, and it'll come back out to center. Jones across for Engebretson. Jones had it off of Velvoda and brings it back in the other side. Dragons get it back out to center, just out of the reach of Smith. Dragons need to clear this one out, even if it's an icing, if for no other reason, just to get fresh legs out on the ice. Puck over to the far side. Jones takes that puck away, and it'll come out in front. Smith able to get that one ahead. Now for Ryberg, and Ryberg able to get this one all the way out. Almost able to get the Dragons to be able to get a change. It's going to be up against the blue line. Smith tried to glove that one down, but I think that was going to be offsides anyway.
I think it puck hit a player in the Dragons bench, is what I think happened. That's what they're going to call it. It hit a player and then came back on the ice. But usually they blow that whistle right away when that happens.
3:27 to play here in overtime. Puck over to the near side. It comes off the wall. It comes out high. Babelik's going to come out and play that one. Chip that one away from Schultz, who was bearing down on him. Chisano looks to start it out over to the near side. That one's going to be batted up in the air as Leisure tried to work out with it. McCall Leisure off the wall to the near side, out of the reach of Rydberg. That one's, they wave off icing. Off the wall. That one's going to go down the length of the ice, or most of the length of the ice. Chisano off the wall. Ahead it comes now for Leisure. Leisure brings it in, sets, tried to go back door, looking for Anderson, but just couldn't quite find the angle there as it was broken up by Jones. Back the other direction. Shot save made. Big blocker save by Babelik. On a shot by Mayhew, and the puck now up and out of play. And with 2:36 to go, we get a neutral zone faceoff.
I believe if we go to a second overtime, they'll resurface the ice and go to a full period. I think that's the rule.
Draw one back by the Dragons. Ahead it comes now for Agard. Agard, potential 2-on-1, but he had to wait a little bit for Velvoda. Back for Smith. Velvoda couldn't quite handle it. Puck into the corner on the far side of the ice in front of the pep band, or at least where the pep band was at one point in time tonight. Puck around the boards over to the near side. It'll be kept in by Agard. Now chopped that out to center by Ekman. Back underneath it'll go. Bleshko trying to be able to get it out to center. Smith takes it away. Bleshko takes it right back away from him, deep in the River Lake zone. Puck over to the near side. Trying to work up this near side wall is going to be Bayer. Puck taken away by Smith. Now it's going to be Agard. Puts the brakes on. Goes the other direction. Looking out in front. Smith and Anderson cycling. He goes back door for Smith, but he just couldn't find the blade. And River Lakes gets it cleared out down the length of the ice. But you want to talk about some opportunities.
Oh, Pine City's had 3 or 4 of them here in this overtime period.
Dragons only one shot on goal. One shot actually for each team, but the Dragons have probably 6 opportunities.
Yeah.
Draw one back by River Lakes. Up off the window, back to center. Chisano over to the near side, trying to get it ahead for Leisure. Ends up coming all the way in for Rydberg. Rydberg slides for Anderson. Anderson underneath it'll go for Rydberg. Rydberg looking out for Leisure out front. Couldn't quite get it to him as it was deflected away by Ekholm on the far side. Now it comes out for Leisure, and it just ate him up a little bit. Got underneath him. He was kind of tied up a little bit by Brunfeld as well. Puck over on the far side. Paulson dumps that one all the way in deep for the Stars. Puck on the near side. Dragons get it back to the blue line and back out. Trying to sneak that one ahead for Anderson as we are now down under 1 minute remaining in the first overtime frame. Bouncing puck came back out to center. It'll be kicked back in by Schultz. Dragons lob that one up ahead, trying to be able to sneak it ahead for Leisure. Can't quite get that one there. Berglund kicks that one back out to center, but it makes it by everybody. Jones picks it up on the run now for River Lakes. Hits all the way in. Blocked by Berglund. Fans on the far side of this ice are living and dying with absolutely every single play. Back it comes for Leisure. Got bumped on the way through. Anderson comes away. He gets into the zone trying to chip it along, but he couldn't quite get anything set up. And down to 20 seconds remaining in the overtime frame. Chisano drops for Agard. Fires a shot, gloved, and held on to by Swanson with 12 seconds remaining in overtime. We're kind of reaching that. Nobody should lose this game.
No, nobody
should lose this game. 12 seconds remaining in overtime. Shots on goal just 2-1 in favor of the Dragons, but the scoring chances heavily in favor of the Dragons. But we still remain tied. Pouncing puck on the far side. River Lake's looking for a penalty. I don't see a hand up, and a puck finally comes down. And that was awfully close to maybe a tripping minor there on Chisano. He kind of got himself into a position, made a pretty decent defensive play, and I think because he was able to get a piece of the puck, that's what kind of negated it. But if he didn't get a piece of the puck, he basically dumped the defender all day long.
You know, and I think sometimes, too, if this is the first period, they'd probably call it, but in an overtime game, they're probably letting the guys play.
Overtime number 1 is in the books. Shots on goal 2-1 in favor of the Dragons. No goals, no stats, no nothing up on the board. They're going to resurface the ice, so we're going to step away, and we'll come back for more overtime action here in Pine City on FM 106.5 WCMP.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air-conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
When Minnesota winter hits hard, you want a heating expert who gets Central Minnesota. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance, your hometown pros for furnaces, repairs, and smart upgrades that keep your home warm without burning cash. Locally owned, trusted for decades. Fast, honest service from people who live where you live. Stay warm, Minnesota. Dale's Heating and Appliance, the local heating experts who've got you covered. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com to set up your consultation today.
ECE Fiber is built by your community for your community. Work, play, and stay connected to what matters most. We offer affordable home and business packages with no hidden fees and 24/7 support. ECE Fiber, easy to use, simple to set up. That's a cooperative difference. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's orderecefiber.com today.
Arrow Building Center in Siren is your leading name throughout the Midwest with trusted brands for your building supplies and services. Arrow Building Center has been providing contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with quality products and expert service for all projects, big and small, for many decades. No matter the size of your next project, Arrow Building Center is at your service. And don't forget, free, yes, free delivery, always. Stop on by Arrow Building Center in Siren, conveniently located off Highway 70, or visit them online at abc-clc.com.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
In service to one, in service to all, for over 100 years, the Pine City Knights of Columbus has donated thousands of dollars and volunteered countless hours to many great programs in the Pine City community. Stay tuned for more information about their upcoming events. They need your support at these events to help raise funds for the continued support of these programs. The Knights of Columbus wish the Pine City Dragons best of luck in their postseason play and are proud to be a sponsor of Dragon Sports. Go Dragons!
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service? A celebration of life in a chapel? Maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Metvin Funeral and Cremation Services has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decision now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Metvin Funeral Home in Mora, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at metvinfuneralhome.com.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Are you looking for the perfect way to promote your business? Custom apparel's the answer, and tdealers.com makes it easy. Let's build your brand together. From the design stage to production, we are on your team to create gear that gets noticed. Whether you're building a brand or repping your business, we got your back. High quality merch, fast turnaround, and no stress. So go to tdealers.com and check out our winter sweatshirt special.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the third or fourth level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Get your quote today at pineagency.us. Pineagency.us.
Eat better, buy more, spend less is more than a slogan at Chris's Food Center. From fresh produce to top quality meats and prime rib dinner served every Friday night. Visit Chris's Food Center in Sandstone or check out their weekly deals at chrissfoodcenter.com.
The anytime for anyone that's got a little of everything for that special someone. Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone. Northern Bloom carries handmade, one-of-a-kind gifts. And whether you want to pick up a bouquet of flowers on the way home or have them delivered to the ones you love, think Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and the place to get your Valentine something sweet, something beautiful, and something to remember is at Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone. Northern Bloom carries those gorgeous flowers and bouquets, homemade fudge, and one-of-a-kind gifts. Delivery also available. Northern Bloom and Gifts, your Valentine's Day headquarters.
And treat your Valentine to a prime rib dinner from Chris's Food Center in Sandstone. Chris's will start carving early, starting at 1 p.m. on Saturday the 14th.
FM 106.5 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom, Lawrence Kluzacek, and double overtime. We just can't stop, Lauren. We just got to keep going. We got to keep going.
Well, you know, you got to play till the winter, and there's a lot of seniors here, I think, on both teams. They don't want this to be their last game, so they're giving it all, and you can definitely see that on the Pine City side. These seniors have really been stepping up in this game. The McCall Azers, the Ethan Agards, even Bowden Valvoda's made some nice breakups and getting pucks in his zone. We've seen Weston Clemenson early in the game on the power play with some stuff, and even Evan Dens, you know, had some nice forecheck in there. So, I mean, hats off to all these seniors. I know I'm forgetting a couple here, but I mean,
you could name almost everybody at this point. Everybody has had ice time. It has been an absolutely tremendous ball game tonight, and such a battle for both teams. Dragons really felt like they took control of that overtime, that first overtime period. Do you think that they have enough in the tank to be able to keep that type of pressure up?
My answer to that is yes, because they are three lines deep. But if they're going to rely on McCall and Ethan, we're going to see how much gas they have. Because if they play them a lot and they tire down, you know, that could end up with a breakdown or something, and could give the advantage a little bit to River Lakes. But again, maybe this period 2 break for Rivers Lake was we got out of that overtime, and time for them just to kind of take the nice break and regroup too. So we don't know what they're going to do coming back either. Remember, they had scored in the first minute of a period, and they've scored in the last minute of periods. So don't count them out.
When you list the things that you don't want to have happen in hockey, first minute, last minute, and shorthanded, River Lakes has done all 3 of those. So I think it's the Dragons' turn to be able to get the overtime winner.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here as they're just getting the last couple of rounds done by the Zamboni driver, which is always fun to be able to watch. Just sit and watch the Zamboni driver go back and forth, and then we'll work our way to a additional overtime. See if I can't refresh my section matchup here, see if they have a final score. Monticello wins 7-1 over the top of Becker Big Lake. Sauk Rapids Rice beats Litchfield Datchell Cokato 6-5. So 3/4 of your semifinals are set. St. Cloud Cathedral will host Sauk Rapids Rice at 1 p.m. at the MAC. And then Monticello will host the winner of this game. Oh, now at 1 p.m. They've changed that at 1 p.m. in Monticello on Saturday. So a little update on that one as far as some of the matchups. So 3/4 is all set to go. We just have one more team that needs to punch a ticket to a semifinal matchup here in Section 5A. Will it be the Dragons of Pine City or the Stars of River Lakes? You can obviously, being the home team here and being the Pine City Broadcasters, you got to believe that we would obviously nod to Pine City, but this really could go either way.
It could go either way. You're Pine City, it's your home ice. You don't want to end your season on your home ice. If you're River Lakes, you're thinking, we don't want this, 2-hour, 3-hour drive for some of these kids back home with no tomorrow. So it's going to be a very interesting and fun second overtime.
Not often you see the number 5 put up on the period for hockey, but here we go. Shots on goal currently are 36-25. Swanson has stopped 30 shots. On the other side, Babelik has stopped 19 shots. They put 17 minutes up on the clock, so we will play a full period here for this double overtime frame.
Yeah.
Or more.
Well, if we recall last year, Pine City's season ended in a double overtime game in Monticello, and I'm sure they got to have that feeling in the back of their heads. We don't want this to happen again. So, again, it's going to be a good period. And then, you gave that score that Litchfield and Sauk Rapids Rice game was 6-5? Mm-hmm. That was 4 versus 5. This is a 6 versus 3. They said those 4 teams so close, and it looked like that wasn't evenly matched up 4-5 matchup too. So again, if they did anything right in these sections, they got the pairings right.
Yeah, this should be a great finish no matter what happens for tonight's game. They got 17 minutes up on the clock. Swanson off to our left. The Dragons will attack the opening end, or the entrance end, of the arena here in Pine City. The River Lakes Stars will go from left to right to the west end of the arena here in Pine City. Stands across from us are absolutely jam-packed with people. I think the pep band left, but that might be about it. I think half of them came back to stay. I think some of them left just to get ready for school tomorrow.
Well, I honestly think they moved a little bit more toward the east because on that far end there's not good viewing. So
we are a packed house. They got standing room only in that corner. All the little kids are kind of up against the glass in the corner in the edge there. River Lakes in their road black uniforms. White numerals, red trim. Dragons in their home whites with green numerals in trim, black breezers, white helmets. Puck is down. We're underway for overtime. Puck comes down into the Dragons' offensive zone. Valvoda fires that one down to start things. Back after it, River Lakes will start it out. They work it up the near side. Puck taken away by Agard for a moment. On this near side, Eckerman trying to work it up the sidewall. Going to be taken away by Agard. Agard turns, fires. That goes off of the leg of Blaschko and goes wide. Centering feed ends up all the way up top for Berglund. Steps down. His shot is deflected. I think it hit traffic on the way through. Puck wrapped around the boards all the way over to the near side. Paulson's going to pick it up going backwards. Nope, knocked away from him by McCall Leisure. Puck over to the far side. Agard works his way in. Backhand wide of the leg. Outstretched of Swanson and just wide of the net. Agard trying to be able to force his way towards the net. Anderson was trying to hurry out of his way. Back it'll come out to center. Danielson fires this one in. Goes off of the midsection of Ekman. Ekman spins and gets his way away from Anderson and starts it out. Ahead it goes for now the River Lakes Belsheim. Now across for Anderson. Anderson takes it away for the Dragons. Goes back behind. Tried to center out front for Rydberg. It was deflected away. Nicely done defensively out in front for Smith. Chopped away at it in the low slot, but it was knocked away by the Stars. Back it'll come now for Jones. Jones fires a shot. Big rebound popped out. Nobody there, though, for the Stars. Back it'll come for Jerry. Jerry over to the near side for Anderson. Up top for Jones, and with fresh ice, it rolls off of the stick of Jones a little easier. Comes back out to center. Sent back in on the far side by Lucas Bayer. Dragons will pick it up from there and look to work it back out to center. Ahead it comes for Leisure. Fires that one all the way in and deep. Over to the near side now for Agar. Backhands it for Valvoda. Valvoda with Leisure in the corner on the near side trying to dig it out. Valvoda from a weak angle, shot it towards the net, knocked away by Swanson. He just paddled that one away. Back to the point now for Shisano. Walks off the wall, fires it out in front. Deflected, out for Jerry who fires a shot, and that's deflected. And River Lakes will look to start it back. Schultz brings it all the way back through. Poke checked away by Shisano. Twice Shisano got a piece of it and poked it all the way down the length of the ice. No icing. I don't think it quite had the momentum to get all the way down there. Plus, it was knocked away defensively. Backhanded by Paulson over to the far side. Schultz tries to play that one up ahead. Danielson back out to center. Bouncing puck gathered up almost by the Dragons. They might have had a 2-on-1 had they been able to do it cleanly. Puck on the near side. Good defensive play there by Berglund to knock it away from Welts, or from Mayhew rather. Now the puck over to the far side. Shot by Rydberg. He's pushed off the puck. Never got it away. It rolled off his stick. Engebretson over to the near side as Rydberg a little bit slow to get up. He's going to come off the ice here slowly. Puck over to the near side as now we get a whistle in deep, and I think it was an offsides at the line. Rydberg took the negative end of a shot there back behind and kind of holding his back. Now River Lakes taking their time with the change, and the official coming over and saying, nope, you didn't get the change, and so you're going to keep a guy. I don't know that it'll last very long because they're right in front of the River Lakes bench, so he'll probably just step off immediately. Nope, he actually tries to get into the fray of the puck movement. Puck up ice now for River Lakes. Puck over to the far side for Jones. Fires a shot, went off the skates of Berglund. Weak side shot on the rebound, though, sent out in front. Babelik kicks that one away easily. Anderson has what we believe is 3 goals. We're a little unsure about the other goal. Announced his Leisure, but hats were flying everywhere earlier tonight. Tried to bring it all the way through. Brought back now by River Lakes. Centering feed over the top of the net. The centering feed from Mayhew out in front for Jones. Had all the net to work with, and he sent it over the top into the netting back behind. That was as good a chance as you're going to get.
That was their best opportunity in the overtime for River Lakes. I know he'd like to have that one back. It's kind of reminiscent of that Leisure Valvoda in the first overtime, put it over the net.
Puck back behind. Barth wraps it around the boards over to the near side. It's going to be kept in and sent down by Brunlett. Barth on the far side looks to start it out once again. This is going to be lobbed back in. Kept in by River Lakes. Gisano, his turn now. He'll backhand it. This one is going to get by Brunlett. It's going to go down the length of the ice. They wave off icing on that one, as it was tipped by River Lakes on the way through. Turnover in the zone. Valvoda couldn't quite gather it up. Now Leisure has it for a second. but Brentlow was Johnny on the spot to knock that puck away from him. Puck back up top. Barth fires a shot. That's deflected. Weak side rebound. Backhanded out in front. Agard got it for Leisure. His backhand went over the top of the glove. Swanson may have gotten a little tip of the glove when he was sprawling and winging away at it to knock it over the top of the net.
Opportunities for the Dragons, and it's
12:25 to go here in period number 5.
Agard,
6-6.
He just couldn't get the handle on that one because he had a goaltender down in an open net. By the time he could get the angle on it, the defenseman had him covered.
Draw comes back for Anderson. Try to take one shot. Now up top, Danielson. His shot hit a stick on the way through. Goes all the way to the corner on the far side. Rydberg trying to work with that one. Got it away for Smith. Smith working in the corner. Off for Rydberg. Rydberg steps out in the circle trying to get something going there, but he is surrounded by a whole host of black shirts and not much he could do there. Back it'll come now. Engebretson flips it over to the far side. Nice move on that far edge, but losing the puck is Byer. Jones went to the front of the net. Danielson watching him close there. Puck back to the point, and it rolled off of the stick of Ekman. Dragons pick it up. They get it back out to center. Almost out to center. Kept in on that far side as Engebretson got it out in front, and a little bouncing puck sat there on the doorstep in a dangerous spot, but Babalik able to knock that one away. Now it'll come back out to center. Here comes Jackson Smith. Tried to make a move, and he lost the puck himself. He was in 1-on-4. Tried to make a move as the Dragons were changing back behind him. Now a turnover on the far side. Stepping up, Babalik got a piece of the shot on Blashko, who stepped in on him. Big check on the near side up against the Pine City bench. Back it'll come now. Leisure ahead for Agard. Try to go back for Leisure. And it's taken away by River Lakes. Up ahead on the far side. In it'll go on that far edge with Wells. Fires a shot. That's going to miss wide. Jones back to the point. Fires a shot. That hits off of the legs of Agard and goes to the corner on the far edge. Centering feed. Hit a lot of traffic. Got knocked to the corner on the far corner. Back in front of where the pep band once stood. Chisano starts it out now for the Dragons. Ahead it goes for Agard. He's going to cross with Velvoda. Drops on the far side for Leisure. Backhand out in front. There it goes! Pine City Dragons get the goal. River Lakes say no way, but the officials were right on top of it. It was a deflected goal that bounced over the top of the netminder and went into the back of the net. The Dragons mobbing in front of their fans. River Lakes, including their netminder, absolutely dejected at the other side. But wow, what a goal. Agard gets the goal.
I think originally Leisure took the shot, and I believe Agard just got a good tip that tipped it over to the goaltender.
6:31 the time of that goal. And wow, what a game. Shots on goal in that period. 4-2 in favor of River Lakes.
River Lakes came out and they put on some good pressure, and they almost had a couple chances to put the game away. And, fortunately for Pine City, they missed them. And
this is the hardest spot here, really, for any team. Everybody, the feeling of defeat, and now the season lost for seniors. And a netminder that played absolutely tremendous tonight. Everybody having a moment, but then eventually you need to somehow compose yourself for the handshake line.
You look at the scoreboard, 7-6, you give up 7 goals, but if you had a 3-star selection, he's definitely Swanson's one of your 3 stars in this game because he kept this one from being a runaway for the Dragons early in the game.
Absolutely. Hey, Swanson was tremendous. Babalik was really good tonight. it took, like we said before, you would think 13 goals would be a lot, or there'd be some soft goals. There was not much for soft goals at all tonight. Everybody had to earn it, and it was a tremendously well-played game tonight.
It was, and I said early that when I saw this matchup and watching these two teams play 10 days ago, I thought, oh, I don't really like this matchup for Pine City because these two teams are so evenly matched. But, with that said, being so evenly matched, it was probably one of the best hockey games I have witnessed in, I don't know, 20 years.
I would agree. There has been a lot of games that I have been a part of, and this one was, and it wasn't, I've seen some amazing comebacks. I've seen some amazing games, some amazing single performances. But this one from the opening puck drop was up and down and played at a high level and fast and back and forth, and even a 2-goal lead just didn't feel like anything.
No, and you look at it, the 13 goals that were scored, none of those goals were scored because of a bad breakdown or anything. It was just all excellent work by the forwards, defense, whoever, So, I mean, just wow, I just don't know what kind of game can top this one.
I don't know how you I don't know where you go from here. I mean, that's the tough part, is like the next game is almost more disappointing no matter what the game is, even if you win the game.
Well, you go on that too. You get this emotional double overtime win. You hope it doesn't drain out, Pine City going into Monticello, which I don't think is going to happen. Let's talk a little bit about that Monticello matchup now. I mean, Monticello's had Pine City's number the last few years, and you would think law of averages, Pine City's going to get one of them. Well, maybe this is the one they get.
This might be the one. As it is, I don't know. This Pine City team feels just a little bit different. They're a little bit deeper. They're a little bit more explosive. They're getting healthy at the right time. They're getting good goaltending.
And then they're gritty too.
As long as they stay in it, their blue line is absolutely tremendous.
Yeah.
They've had some moments where, you mentioned not too many breakdowns. Like the closest would be maybe the shorthanded goal, where it was more of not so much a breakdown, but you're just trying to stay offensive because you have the power play, and that ends up happening. But we haven't seen that much all this year, and so it's been really, really good.
Even you talk the shorthanded goal, that was more of a great play by River Lakes than it was a bad play by Pine City. So, I mean, again, it's they don't get much more exciting than what we just witnessed here tonight. And I tell you, the $10 admission fee for the fans tonight was definitely worth it.
You nailed that on the head. Like, I was fortunate enough to be on this part of that equation and be able to just come up here and be able to talk about this. And wow, what a game, just from beginning to end. As we mentioned numerous times, it just didn't stop. There was no lull in the game at all. It just seemed constant all the way through. And 2 overtimes, 5 periods worth of hockey at that level. Wow, that's an impressive night.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes you get into some of these games and you run into hot goaltender, which we saw great goaltending on both ends tonight, but it wasn't one of this where a goaltender dominated the game. The goaltenders kept these guys in this game to be at this point. But again, it just give credit to both teams here. They played outstanding. I mean, limited mistakes and great setups, great playmaking to get these goals. So hats off to them. Congratulations to River Lakes on a good year. Just kind of run into a bulldozer here tonight. So
yeah, heck of a night out here at the ballpark, and we're going to come back and continue the post-game wrap here as some of the players still sticking around outside out here on the ice. I think they're going to get some pictures and do some other things, maybe get some fans out there or something. But we're going to come back. We'll do a quick wrap here and talk a little bit about what's coming up next. We talked about Monticello, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we return back here at Pine City on FM 106.5 WCMP.
The Mushroom Melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the Mushroom Melt and Fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W Root Beer Freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Rice Krispie Sheet Treat, just $14.99. Sweet Chaos Drizzled Popcorn are just $2 for $8. Snack Time Frosted Pretzels only $5.99 each. Ghirardelli Milk Chocolate Snowmen are just $7.99. And Shirley Temple 7-Up 12 packs, 2 for $12. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are I-CAR and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
ECE Fiber Internet, the best choice for you. Affordable packages for home and business with reliable service and no hidden fees. ECE Fiber, connecting you to what matters most. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's ORDERECEFIBER.com.
FM 106.5 WCMP. I've been so distracted I haven't even updated the final score, being 7-6 in favor of the Pine City Dragons. They win it in double overtime out here at the old ballpark. Lauren, we talked numerous times about this being an absolutely tremendous game. It was right from the jump, and it continued all the way through the game. And I think the adrenaline's still running high as the kids are heading out to the lobby area to meet with all the fans. Fans aren't really leaving hardly at all. They've left the stands, but now they're gathered up over there. It might be a half hour before we're able to get out over there even. But some of the players over here meeting with some of the alumni players that have come back to be able to watch and talk about the game. And wherever you're checking in at, whether it is out on the website, on YouTube, we are streaming the audio on that. Just the audio only. That'll be the same thing for any other game that we do for postseason. Just audio only, but we will try to bring you as many of these games, or if you're checking out on FM 106.5 WCMP, we appreciate you joining us and sticking with us through this game well into the night as FM 106.5 WCMP, Pine City, Mora local radio. And it's hard to say too much more about the game without saying the exact same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
It wasn't dominated by one team. It wasn't just a 0-0 or a 1-0 or a 1-1. There was ebbs and flows all the way through this game.
Just back and forth action, and even the first period, it was 1-0 until 30 seconds left in the first period when River Lake scored. But even then, it was back and forth, and I think the shots on goal were 11-10 after the first period. So. Again, it looked like it was going to be a tight game from the get-go, and it certainly was.
It was 1-1 after 1. It was 3-3 after 2. It was 6-6, amazingly, after 3 and 4. And then about halfway through that second overtime period, kind of a fluky goal. I mean, credit where credit's due that they got the puck in the area and they got some shots away and they threw it to the net. But kind of a tipped fluky goal.
I just almost like it like.
And I'm not saying anything negative against the netminder that it was like a fluke giving up the goal, but more of a weird tip that you don't expect. It flipped over the top of his head.
As I say, it's almost like a tip, and it's like it went sideways and just rolled right over his head and down behind. It just kind of a bizarre looking goal, but we've seen many games on that end of the ice too, where pucks come off the boards, and that's what I was kind of like thinking might happen in this game. So at least it wasn't the boards that played part in giving that winning goal, but it was just a lot of hard work by the Agard and Leisure on that just to get that. So
a lot of great work tonight by everybody. Quick recap of the scorers, just kind of overall. Not going to give everything, but my stat sheet's full, Lauren. I got everything in here.
I see you have more than one pen here, so you must have used.
Well, I got my little multicolor pen. I got to be able to have that.
You had plenty of ink for all the writing you had to do.
Might need to stop and get another one here pretty soon. Anderson got it started in the first period. Engebretson tied it up for River Lakes, made it 1-1 after one. And it was Brunlett that gave River Lakes the 1-goal lead. Bayer that gave him a 2-goal lead. Okay, we're not out of it, but 2-goal lead. We got to start doing something. They answered. Anderson got a goal at 10:30. Leisure on the power play after that. 3-3 after 2. Mayhew scores 30 seconds in. Blasco scores on the power play 3:40 in. Now we start talking. Again, you got to get something going. We got about 11 minutes left. 2-goal deficit. You got to start chipping away at this at some point. They answered. I asked. They answered. Agard scored at 6:23, about the time that I said that they needed to do something. It was probably 30 seconds later. And then made it just a 1-goal game. A couple more minutes went by. Anderson scores the second power play goal of the night. He was hat trick, or believed hat trick. They announced a different name. We'll have to double check, but I believe he had a hat trick on the night. Made it at that point 5-5. Leisure then at 14:21 of the third made it 6-5, and with 2.5, 2:45, we started talking like they're going to be, maybe hosting a game. We'll see if, Becker Big Lake pulls an upset. Monticello ended up winning, so it didn't end up happening anyway. But you made the comment, it's the longest 2:39 ever. And sure enough, Schultz at 15:22 scores for River Lakes, makes it 6-6. We play a scoreless overtime period, 8 minutes there, and then 6:31 into the fifth period. Agard gets the deflection on the tipped up over the top of the netminder from Leisure, and that gives us our final of 6-5 or 7-6. Wow. Yeah. What a night. What an absolutely crazy night. Ultimate shots on goal. I wrote down the wrong thing. 38-29 were the shots on goal. 4-2 in that final frame. Until that third period where the Dragons were down 2 and had to put a lot of shots in goal, even the shots on goal were close. Like you said, 11-10 after 1, 20-19 after 2, 2-1 in the overtime frame, 4-2 in the second overtime frame. It was just the third when the Dragons were down 2 with some power play opportunities that they had to get some extra shots on goal. River Lakes ends up going 1 of 3 on the power play on the night. The Dragons 2 of 7 on the power play, which still not a bad night. Still, above 20%.
Not a bad night. When you look at these live averages and everything, you're going to give up a goal in the last 30 seconds of a period. You give up a goal in the first 30 seconds of a period, and you give up a shorthanded goal. You're probably saying it's not a good night for you. But they fought all that adversity, and they still came back twice from 2-goal deficits and came back, gave up a late period lead, late game lead, and then come back to win in overtime. So, again, just they show that they can handle that adversity here tonight.
Wrapping things up here on the postgame with the loss, the River Lake Stars finished the year as I got to change the year there. It bopped to last year for some reason. They finished up the year 10-17-0 on the year, and we wish them hats off, for sure, for an absolutely tremendous season and a tremendous game tonight. A couple of real close games throughout the last couple of years, and this one didn't disappoint. With the victory, the Dragons moved to 18-8-1 and moved to the semifinals of Class 5A section hockey. They will meet the Moose of Monticello at Moose Sherritt Arena at 1 p.m. on Saturday the 21st. So we hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and hope you can join us for that next matchup there in Monticello. We'll have to try to figure out some logistics on that one and who's going to end up ultimately being there, or if we end up taking a feed, we'll figure that out. That's logistics on our end. Don't worry about that. Now, just make sure you go over to wcmpradio.com/broadcast schedule or kbuk.com/broadcast schedule, and then, of course, all of our social media feeds to be able to find out when, where, and what we're going to be doing and where we're going to be at. And then, of course, on the website, each one is a direct link to the respective YouTube feed and where we're going to have the streaming audio to be able to bring that to you. We will not be doing video, just with restrictions that the high school league has, but we will be bringing you audio streaming. So anywhere you're going to be, you can still be able to listen all the time. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's matchup, a 7-6 final score. I want to thank Ethan for getting me on board here on the radio. I want to thank Lauren for joining me out here at the ballpark.
Final thought here, Pine City, their slogan is, "It's a great day to be a Dragon," and Pine City fans were treated well tonight. Again, I want to mention the girls' basketball game and Mallory Klepper scoring her career 1,000 points. So pretty exciting over there for the fans watching that. And then that game finished about 8:30. I'm sure a lot of those fans came over here to see a good thing. So again, the slogan holds true today. It's a great day to be a Dragon.
I think Ethan's probably messaging me like, wrap it up, come on, we're done. But absolutely tremendous night out at really both ballparks, as you mentioned. Great day to be a Dragon. But thanks for joining me out here at the ballpark.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I mean, I just love doing this, and I'm glad you let me come up here and do it.
Absolutely, anytime.
It's the best seat in the house.
I want to thank all of our sponsors and sports boosters for being a part of this and every broadcast throughout the course of the season. Had a couple additional ones jump on board, and we appreciate them for being a part of this. And, of course, you, our loyal listening audience, for sticking with us through thick and thin, ups and downs, and late into the night overtime matches on school nights. My name is Andy Beckstrom for the Q Media Sports Team, and until next time, have a absolutely wonderful night, everybody.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not, Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Stay connected with ECE Fiber. Get fast, reliable internet for your work-from-home needs. No more lag during virtual meetings. Manage your account easily with the ECE Fiber mobile app. ECE Fiber. Simple, local, reliable. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's ORDERECEFIBER.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Finding that missing